Don't say it. Don't just
Hello,
say it.
hello,
Come
Molly.
on!
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. I hope everyone's doing well today. And that y'all are ready for some, whatever this insanity is going to be today. I did forget, thank you, Molly. I did forget that we were leaving off on the adorable robot. Because I was like, I think it was like last week, I was just like, okay, no, robot is adorable and cute, and I want to start on this. Thank you, Swift. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. I was trying to decide, like, over the last couple weeks, like, do I want to do anything special this year? I was like, And so now it's the day of, and I didn't do anything special, so it's fine. But we're here, and that's what matters. Oh, wait, hold on, I have the wrong little mini up. That's the one. We need to be pointing and objecting at all times. Very important. And also, what's in my notes? Hold on, notes. Yeah, here's the problem. We tried to do Left 4 Dead, yeah, last year. You remember? You remember what happened last year? Ooh. I think I'm fine. After that, I was like, maybe I'm not going to ever try Left 4 Dead ever again in my life. I think we're fine. But it's fine. It's alright. We're here now, we're together, that's all that matters. And I had to kick Biscuit out because he was being very cuddly earlier. But the moment I tried, it's like, okay, Biscuit, you are in my arm and on my lap, and I can't do anything. I'm going to move you over to your cat bed. Please stay there. Don't move. Or at the very least, don't, like, get all clawy and rowdy again. And then, it's the moment you start moving him, he's like, oh, is it playtime? Is it playtime? Chomp, 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 chomp on your toes. Thank you, Lady Devar. Hi, Lady Devar. Yeah, so unfortunately, Biscuit is currently out of the room. Maybe we'll open the door later and let him back in and see if he's gonna be nice. But do I remember what in the hell was going on? There's a dead man. Oh, there's a case brief. Hello. I forgot about this. Has this always been here? An astronaut died. Woohoo. And they apparently have a robot. Welcome to the Space Center, guest. Welcome. What in the world? My name is Ponko. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko. You are adorable, and I love you. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you. It's a robot? I am not a robot. I am Ponko. Psychological observation and navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko. Oh, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Oh, Ponko, I've missed you. Wait, is this what Widget's based after? Because I was like, your expressions look oddly familiar. Do you know this thing, Athena? Oh, she showed us around the last time when I came here with Apollo. Yeah, look, you get little Widget. No, okay, it can't be based off of Widget, because Widget's older than Ponko. They're just very similar. Hi, Maya. Poster. Okay, we just started. Hydrate, okay. My tea is still very hot, but I have hydrated. Oh, you're such a good girl, Ponko. That's a good girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy. So very happy. Oh, guide robot. That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you. I don't know you. I don't know you. Huh? Ouch. That hurts. Back to the shadows. Bye, Maya. We'll see you later. Thank you for the lurk. Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponko. Certainly. Commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine, too. His name is Phoenix. bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it. Phoenix, please let me get a good look at your face. Oh, sure? Registering. Facial registration sequence complete. Information sold off to multiple third parties and several governments. What was that? Don't worry about it. We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix. What was that about selling my data to a third party? This robot's pretty cute. Made a friend, boss. Isn't that great? Phoenix, Athena, allow me to guide you. Right this way. Oh, goody. Let's go, boss. Go where? That's a very good... Ooh, I like this place. This is cool. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center. Space Museum. I feel like this is a little bit exaggerated with all the aliens and everything. Wait, hold on. That's a reference to something. Hold on. Hold on. I know this reference. I know these octopus aliens. I've seen you before. Where have I seen you before? You're a reference to something that I know I haven't watched, but I don't remember what. Oh, wow. What is this place? Is that rocket real? Welcome. Welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development and the HAT-1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one. The Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map. Okay, so it's on the exact opposite side of the main building from Launchpad 1. Which means we're going to immediately assume that it's not important to the case, and it's going to end up being very important to the case. And how exactly, we don't know yet. But I swear we'll figure it out. Ask me anything. Anything. I will explain. Okay, can you tell me about the project? This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this close up. This reminds me, God, oh my God, memory unlocked. Fuck. So every year, not every year, like twice a year maybe? We went for Thanksgiving, we went for Christmas, and we generally went for at least one other time of the year when we went to visit my dad's parents in Alabama. The state line, like the rest stop at the state line of Tennessee and Alabama, had I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was a giant replica rocket. And I think eventually they had to fence it off so you couldn't go to it anymore, but I remember we had at least one picture of all of us just like standing underneath the exhaust or the thruster. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember going, but the rocket was just like our halfway point. I remember seeing that so often as a kid. Christ, I haven't thought about that in a long time. This is a replica of the HAT-1 that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly like the real HAT-1, inside and out. I thought you said it was a replica. Its little brother, the HAT-2, was supposed to launch the other day. I wonder if Ponko knows why the launch was canceled. Please don't tell her. I don't want her to be sad. I love her. Over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out. Check it out. Spacesuits, photos, newspaper articles. I had to come here again on a day off. Hey, what's this? Okay, hold on. The jacket. Why is the jacket? Why it has hole? Why you have hole? Is that important? Did that happen during the original project, or is that something new? Is that someone switched out a jacket? Hello? Phoenix, that's the staff of the HAT-1 project. Well, I recognize 3 of these people. Who are those two on the right? Oh, there's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young and so different. Yeah, he doesn't look like he has a rocket head. Because if we look at him now, you can't see it, but his hair, he's just straight up a cone head. And Patrick from SpongeBob. And that's, what is it, Athena? Is something wrong? Oh, nothing. I mean, that's fucking Clay Terran and Mr. Cosmos. Wait, is that a young Candace? Wait, no, it can't be. I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young too. That's all. Nothing strange about it. He might be a little bit hot, but that's it. Oh, it was 7 years ago, after all. So the young guy sitting next to Mr. Starbuck. Also, little Ponko. But that's Clay 7 years ago, which would have been. He would have been 34. He would have been 16, still in high school. He was on the staff. This Clay Terran, the victim. They were mentor and protege even way back then. And he's even got one of the staff jackets. He looks like a regular staff member. No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets. Who? Oh, Solomon, dude. So you're saying I was like, Solomon? Oh, Solomon Starbuck. I forgot that was his name for a moment. Okay, that makes sense. Clay would have still been in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy. Except for Mr. Cosmos, who's just kind of there. The Space Museum is great. What fantastic exhibits. Are we not going to notice the f***ing jacket? This area used to be Launchpad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor. Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead? There was talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of the budget cuts. Yeah, no, that's a mood. That sounds true to life. Yeah. Budget cuts! Budget cuts! We need more money! Money! Okay, this is getting a bit too real here, Ponko. Maybe we back off a little? Who would record that kind of information into a guide robot? While it was in space, the Hat 1 launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from an asteroid and returned 5 days ago. That's what Director Cosmos said too. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed. And here it is, the Hope space probe. I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Was it on... Where are our photos? There it is. Right there, on that. On that thing. Ignore the dead body. The thing in the top right. Let's see. Oh yeah, the capsule that the victim was carrying. I think it had the same logo. Thing can be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give me more info if I show it to her. Excuse me, here, would you like to look at a picture of a dead body? Blanco, do you recognize this capsule here in the top right? Checking registered data. I know, it's the Hope capsule. It was carried inside the Hope probe. It contained the asteroid samples, right? Yes, it was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in the safe in Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed. It must not be removed. This is exactly what I keep wondering. This is what I keep wondering. Why did they have the capsule with the asteroid samples? Why were they taking it back to the rocket that was gonna be shot back into space when they haven't even opened it up yet to see what was in there? Or to check out the contents, the asteroids, to scan them. This is something that has yet to be answered. What were they doing with the capsule? Hello? I have questions. I wish for them to be answered. Thank you. Don't worry, Ponko. The people in charge already know what happened. They do. They do. I must ask them later. So the capsule was being kept in Launchpad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion. That is so far the best explanation for why it was there. It was already in... Why was it in Launchpad 1? Shouldn't it be in, like, the lab? Or the control center? Or the lab? Or a vault? I don't know. The Space Center staff must have been really excited to finally get the capsule back. It's a pity this incident occurred before they got the chance to check the contents. Well, the police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer. Oh my god, we finally technically have it as evidence. The way the Space Center launch pad is set up is really cool! Would you like me to tell you all about it? Would you? Setup of the launch pad. Go gentle on my spiky-haired mind, please. I wanna know! Phoenix wants to know too. Oh, great, no, Athena's got a case of ponchoitis. Hooray! I will tell you then. The rocket is built right inside the launch pad structure. I don't think that's safe. Like, maybe, I guess it's fine, but like, that's a lot of equipment that you don't want being anywhere near the launch site. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launch pad over the rails. Oh, okay, this makes a lot more sense. Fucking thank God. Bless, they're not as stupid as I thought they were. I thought for damn sure that they just fucking launched it right next to the building. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Which, considering it's Ace Attorney, would not have been surprised in the slightest that that would have been exactly what they did. I'm just glad that that's not true. Thank God for having an actual launch site. And brought into position at the launch site. Off you go, bye, rocket. Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all. It's very cool. Grand setup like that suits an important place like the Space Center. I guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year. Myself included. Me looking over to the government constantly cutting NASA's funding. Me giving the government a big middle finger and telling them to increase NASA's budget. Slowly putting the middle finger back down and returning to the game. I'm guessing the whole thing is operated from the control room, huh? That it is! But it can also be operated from the new command center, too! Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged. This one? Just before a big move like that can be carried out, there are all kinds of procedures. Yes! Good! Oh my god! Actual fucking logic and safety procedures in an Ace Attorney game? Fucking who would have guessed? I would love to see the launch pad being moved. Oh, what's the next one scheduled for? Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold. Because of the bombing and the murder, I'll bet. And also because, you know, launching is a very specific timing window, and if you miss your timing window, you gotta fucking wait for the next one. Movement of celestial bodies is very important. Well, when was the last time it was moved? Searching data. I'm sorry. That answer isn't in my answer database. I guess Monko can only answer certain questions. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum. Thank you, Pomko. You explained everything very well. I love to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you. You two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently. It's because Pomko is so friendly. Oh, what should we investigate next? Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about. Let's see, the security footage and the fingerprint data, was it? Okay, then let's go back to the Launchpad 1 corridor. Bye, Pomko. See you later. Come again. And don't forget to visit the gift shop. Please, for the love of God, visit the gift shop. Please, we're so broke. Please. Holy shit. We're Pomko. What a Dickensian life we are all forced to lead. It's okay, Pomko. I love you. I would never force you to... Wow. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center. Launchpad 1 corridor. It's another robot, but this one's not like Bonko.
What should I do? Which path is the path of justice?
There's Detective Fulbright. He still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor. Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood as well, then. If he doesn't cooperate, then I'll just have to use my powers on him. You mean that lady in distress bit?
Ah, you know that I'm here because my music has started.
Well, we found a bullet hole in the wall at the crime scene.
You did? Our team found that too. It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet.
Why? Detective Arm?
Well, that's right. A warning shot for the defendant.
Was that necessary? Like, did he not put it... Who? You know what? I don't know why I'm asking these questions. They're the police. Who... Fucking whatever. Is it really such a high-threat situation that she needed to do that?
I'm afraid I don't know the details. What was Detective Arm gone at all?
Murdered. I thought there were two people who discovered the crime scene together. We already know Detective Director Cosmos will testify, so tomorrow will be about what he knows.
Hey, you're pretty smart. And that's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course.
I hope it goes down easy. Don't make me think about food, please. You're just gonna make me hungry. Detective, we'd like to run a comparison of some prints we found in the boarding lounge.
Oh, yes, I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift.
This is quite a bit of data.
Well, when I said everyone, I meant it. Prosecutor Blackwell said to dig deep, so that's what I did. It sure took a while, though.
Oh, he got Apollo's and my prints. He even got prints for all of the robots. How did he do that? I guess when Blackwell said to dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep. Clay's fingerprints are here too.
I personally removed his gloves during the investigation. Blah blah blah, fingerprints confirm his identity, all that good stuff.
I still can't believe he took off his glove to get his fingerprints.
Well, you can't blame me for thinking they're important in this case. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lounge. So depending on whose prints we find, it can completely change the tide for both sides.
That makes sense. After all, the culprit's prints did get them past the fingerprint lock somehow.
Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy.
You're being incredibly useful. Isn't this just a photo of the Launchpad 1 door? Hold on. Nope, okay.
Yep, but Prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason.
It's because of the knob on the left that's turned differently than if we walk in that room right now. It's horizontal, this is vertical, and we don't have an answer for that yet. What's so important about this door?
Beats me, but boy, could you see the gears in his head go into hyperdrive at it.
Sounds like this is going to be a major point of contention tomorrow. Hey, don't forget about the print comparison, boss. Alright, Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run the test for us right now?
You just leave it to me! In justice we trust!
This fucking guy, I swear. I just realized he wears his sunglasses indoors and probably at night.
Okay, here we go. Well, it looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened that security door.
Where did we get these fingerprints again? They must have opened it when they went to go board the rocket. This heart must have been full of hopes and dreams for a space adventure right then. One moment. So now we actually have a close-up view of this picture, which we technically could see it from here, but I'm going to count this as being good and new information. Hey, what do you know about this?
Something for the lost and found. I'll be sure to take care of it.
No. This is an important piece of evidence. Oh, right, the bullet. Nope, wait, maybe that's the bullet. Okay. I have a feeling we're going to find out that that's not entirely what we need. Present this. Oh, the security camera. Detective, about the security footage that was taken by the boarding lounge 1 camera.
Oh, that's footage. Go ahead and ask me anything you like about it. I'll tell you everything. I'll spill the beans. You want to know my shoe size?
Not even a little bit.
It's 12.
Okay, is that important information?
I don't know. You're the lawyer. You tell me.
Aren't you a detective? Is there any way I could see a little more of the part just after this?
Easiest spy. I'd be glad to show you. Here we go.
Huh? The screen went blank.
Yes, apparently the after effects of the explosion damaged the wires. So there's no footage after this point.
Left. Come on!
Hi, Bree. Hello, Raiders. Hello. How was your art and how was everything going? Welcome, y'all. Thank you for the raid. We're in the middle of an investigation of a murdered astronaut. This one specifically. That murdered astronaut. He got murdered real hard. Why didn't you just say so from the beginning? Something definitely seems to be up with you, Detective. You're unusually cooperative.
Well, I just figure if we work together, we'll get that much closer to justice, right?
But it seems like something's really been bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do anything like that. I am pure justice. I'm with the police. You can trust me. What's the word? Unequivocally? 100% you can trust me. I'm a detective.
Hey, we haven't seen these in a while. Hello, Magatama Locks. It's been a while, but those are definitely Cyclops.
Did you just mouth psyched? Is there something I should be psyched about?
No, Cyclops. It's a system of locks on the secrets in a person's heart, and I don't know why I'm explaining this to you while I'm trying to unlock yours. Where's the Keyblade? I think that's the best thing to open people's hearts. That's always the thing, right? Hi, Zilla. Thank you for the happy birthday. You can see when people are trying to hide these secrets by using the power of this Magatama, and once again, I'm still explaining this to you, knowing that you are hiding secrets, and I'm going to yank them out of you, and then maybe bury your heart. Hi, Zella, thank you for dropping by. Studying evidence can break these locks, and reveal any secrets they're hiding.
Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you out for that? How much did they bilk you out for that piece of rock? If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to.
I'm more than capable of representing myself, thank you very much. Okay! Something I have heard from very real lawyers. Even real lawyers do not represent themselves. Don't do it. It's just not great. This is some kind of fraud, it really works. My friend gave it to me a long time ago. But I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. Let's you presenting the Magatama will reveal, shall we?
Take that!
I think you're hiding something, Detective, so why don't you just tell us about it?
What to do? Which path is the path of justice?
Detective Fulbright is really in agony. I bet this is the issue he's so torn up over. Gee, I can only fucking wonder. Do you think he's having love problems? Do you think he needs to go see a fortune teller about his horoscope or something? Maybe get some help on his Tinder profile or Grindr profile. I don't know what he prefers. His OkCupid. As long as it's not Christian Mingle. I really understand what's been bothering you, Detective. I truly do. Something happened that goes against your principles, isn't that right?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosion occurred, everything was just fine.
Is that a fact?
Yep, peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone whistling a happy tune as they did their job. It was all... Hold on.
You're not a very good whistler, Fulbright.
Don't worry about it, I can... You never saw a more relaxed guard detail for a routine rocket launch.
I don't think the guard detail is as relaxed as you claim as long as this exists.
Take that!
There must be something wrong with my sunglasses today. You aren't presenting that to me as evidence, are you?
Is he making fun of me? Until the explosions, everything was just fine. The guard... well, see... Somehow I thought that this was accurate purely because... like, this is kind of important. You wouldn't want people to mess with it? Well then shit. On the day of the explosion...
Take that!
Here we go. That's right. There's a lot of security. Well, before the explosions, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And the security was so tight, they even brought in a special task force. I'd rather describe that as a relaxed guard detail.
Ugh. Now hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. Well, that's why I was called in on a special security detail.
As versatile as you are, I can certainly believe that that's true. But it's very strange that this person would be a part of that detail from the outset.
Take that!
They knew that there was a bomb because they had Candace armed there. Detective Arms specialized in bomb cases. The fact that she was here on hand means that you people knew there was the possibility that a bombing would occur.
You got me, Mr. Right!
You don't have to cry over it. Fulbright? Should we just leave him like this, Phoenix?
All right, I concede you win, but just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing. But the plan to launch went ahead in spite of the threats.
Again, probably because of those timing windows for rocket launches. They had very specific days, very specific times. But why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed?
Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it?
How was the warning delivered?
By phone and directly to Director Cosmos.
Suspicious. Highly suspicious.
Oh, but the police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps.
It's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset.
But it's not only that. I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackwell as well.
Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, as his handler, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties.
That's not it. It's a question of justice! I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court.
Thank you! Fuck! God! Convicted murderer! Why is he still working as a prosecutor? Hello? And don't give me that we all have jobs to do, we cut this even those in prison bullshit. I don't want it. Hello, Graham. Thank you. I hope everyone is enjoying today and having a good day. The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please, tell us everything you know.
Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules.
Never mind that. I mean, yeah, but there's a difference between the USA where, hey, you're doing jobs in prison, but it's basically slave labor, and, hey, you know that job you had before you went to prison? Yeah, you're still doing that. You're just now doing it in handcuffs. Never mind that. What are rules but things to be broken, right?
Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular.
Gee, you don't say. You know what? You have a good point there, Swift. You have a good point. I don't want to get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it for a brief moment. No, I'm not gonna get into it. Ugh, tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. But no, we're not gonna think about that today. Today's birthday. We're not thinking about that kind of stuff today. We're not allowed to.
I think we guessed that much. But why is it being allowed? I've been wondering and wondering about it.
So you weren't told why either, huh?
No, I guess the order came from pretty high up the ladder.
Birthday vibes only. And for the birthday vibes, I say thank you all so much for joining me. We're still going, but I just want to say thank you all, everyone, for another happy year. Another very, very weird and wild year. I always appreciate y'all being here. And also, words. I feel like I lost my brain halfway through that sentence.
What Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues even still.
What do you mean 7 years past? What do you mean 7 years? Why is everything 7 years ago? Phoenix Lost is bad 7 years ago. The Hat 1 project was 7 years ago. Blackwell's thing was 7 years ago. Something with Athena probably happened 7 years ago. I don't fucking know. 7 years past? Handsome, huh? And not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. This phantom of 7 years past. Any idea who or what he was talking about?
Not a clue. But he seems to think that this phantom is behind this whole incident somehow.
Wait a minute, he thinks they may be connected to this case?
Yep, and this case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center too.
So it was about the Hat 1 project, and I put more suspicion on Director Cosmos.
And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone.
So that's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom?
Well, that's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago... Well, that's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. Messy case is what started the whole dark age of the law. So you see how this Phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related.
Yeah, I can see why you think that. This incident in the Phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past. It's almost inconceivable if they would come into a head here. This might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is this Phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all.
The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence.
Oh, that's right. He immediately threw off his handcuffs. I love how he does that every time, and yet everyone still panics, including the judge.
No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is his Phantom, but I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to them, which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mr. Starbuck, and that's not real justice! I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now, but this time, I'm just so overwrought about it all. If he's lost his ability to think rationally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction.
I've never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. This must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry, that's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent.
I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm going to be rooting for your team this time. But don't tell him that. You have to promise me you won't, otherwise he'll... You don't want to know what he'll do.
Detective Fulbright, I guess I was wrong about you.
I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his motions and tear the defendant apart. You are the only ones who can stop him in court.
You really care and want what's best for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective?
The courtroom does. It's not like we want a guilty verdict either. I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. Come on, give me a hug. No, I think we're gonna... Come on, give me a big hug.
Yeah, no, maybe like after the...
Of course, after we all solve the case, figure it out, and we say, Prosecutor Blackwell, you're defendant, we find out the truth, then big hugs all around.
Okay, I think I just accidentally kicked the can down the road.
Don't mind things, I'll give you another bit of information.
Can we have that first instead of the hug?
It's about the eyewitness. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago.
Really? Then let's go find her, Mr. Wright.
Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice we trust on 3. On 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust. Okay, later.
Oh yeah, everyone is so... Okay, Ace Attorney characters are either incredibly over-the-top energetic, or they're just most downtrodden kind of, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, please don't hurt me kind of person you've ever met. Meek. Meek is the word I'm thinking of. But especially Fulbright. Look at his laugh and his smile and his chin and the way he talks. If you don't read that, even without me voicing it, going,
in justice we trust,
I think you're doing something wrong. Oh, there he goes. Wait, were we supposed to say in justice we trust back there too? Let's go see that witness now.
Alright, the Space Center entrance it is.
December 19th. Cosmos Space Center. Entrance.
Witness must be around here somewhere.
Okay, look. I think I've been thinking of it ever since we met him, but I have kind of played him as, like, incompetent All Might. It's kind of the way my brain goes with the voice and his mannerisms. Is All Might, except if he was terrible at his job, but he still had the same energy.
Witness must be around here somewhere.
Hello! Hello!
Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness is a robot.
Hello, come over here. Hello! Hello! Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... I am Conko. Shall I guide you? Shall I guide... Are you... No. Shall I guide you? Guide you? It's like the dial-up noise when it just gets stuck. I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out. I think it was injured. Okay, who do we... I'm trying to think about who... I don't know who this is. Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around. Oh, hi. 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 I like you. Immediately, I like you. Hold on. Immediately, I think I like you. Again. I've had it with you, hunk of junk. Ah! I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did that happen? Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. I don't know why there's something about you that is just drawing me in immediately. And it's in the face. If you didn't snap out of it, I was going to put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop. That's pretty specific. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do? Big Sean lawyers, huh? I'm Aura Blackquill. Hi, Beast. Thank you. Also, excuse me? Excuse me, ma'am? Ma'am? Oh, shit. Do I have a crush on Blackwell's sister? Fuck, is that what just happened? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No one tell Blackwell this didn't happen. Hold on. This didn't happen? No one saw anything? Prosecutor Blackwell knows nothing, and you will tell him nothing. Do not tell him that I think Aura Blackwell's hot, okay? Don't do it. I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackwell? Could she be... And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk. My name isn't Hunk of Junk. My name is Clonko. That's mean, Miss Aura. A quick complaining. Your model number is Ponko 2. Ah! But Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clonko. Quit your squawking already. No! What are you doing? No! Don't! There. I bet you won't be talking back now. Ah! I will obey completely. Yikes! I better watch what wires I cross with this one. Why is it? Someone please tell me. The robot girls on Tumblr would be going nuts for her right about now. And, surprise, surprise. I'm a robot girl and I use Tumblr. Uh-oh. Didn't help. Your last name is Blackwell. Do you have a relative in the legal profession? You are correct. Simon Blackwell, who used to be a prosecutor, is... Shut up. Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon is my little brother. You know him? Name is 37. And would you like to go out to eat sometime? You can be a little bit mean to me, it's fine. Yes, we met him in court a few times. Right, Athena? Athena? What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off? Athena being shy. This is new. Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk? Ah! Miss Aura, that hurts! I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk? But Miss Aura, you told me to only speak when you order me to speak. I told you to never talk back to me. You're worth more scrap. Robot abuse, hawk attacks? Blackwell family life sure must be interesting. Well, do you have any other questions? No, wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with. So, you're the person who witnessed the incident? That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building. In the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators, so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't I have used the ladders in the other room? Must have been a very troubling experience. Probably best to just humor her here. Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge one window on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it. So you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. I see. Wait, that doesn't tell me. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? There's no time to just nod and repeat. Get details, man. So you saw into the 3rd floor lounge. The very scene of the crime. That's right. There's a small window on the right-hand side of the room. I looked through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in their left hand. And a knife in their right.
That must have been the culprit. Did you see who that person was?
Of course not. The power was out on that floor then, and there was only that tiny window.
I see.
But you did witness the moment of the murder? Yes, I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife, and it happened at precisely 10 a.m.
Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features?
I already told you, it was pitch black in there. Although, I did notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand had a pretty ornament on it. Alright, everyone. Everyone, everyone reach into your pockets, pull out everything you got. I'm not asking you what I'm looking for specifically, just give me everything. Lay it on the table. Let's go. All your pockets, please, thank you. It looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. I had good taste in knickknacks anyway. The Earth emblem on the lighter? I better remember that. Better remember. Earth emblem lighter. You know what? I feel like the other day, Kane, or was it yesterday? Kane, we were kind of talking about Ace Attorney games, and how it's like, oh, this, that, and the other, and things are always in a very specific set course. I'm like, I just realized the answer that we're looking for is Phoenix Wright, but tabletop RPG. That's what we need. If you want to really, you gotta make it an RPG. Ace Attorney D&D mode. Let's go. Thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbucks innocent with it. Yeah, right. I won't hold my breath. Pardon me? Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry, I just detest lawyers. That's all. Isn't that just Clue? Yes and no. The thing about Clue, though, is you don't really get a story. You're finding clues, but you're not making a story. What don't you like about lawyers? It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more. That didn't make me feel any better, actually. Clue plus D&D. Basically, any murder mystery in D&D. Let's do that. Write that down. Just make a D&D show that's all murder mysteries. Like, case of the week. What's the murder mystery? What happened? Columbo, the D&D show. Fuck. Why is that such a good idea, though? Just turning Columbo or Agatha Christie or Doctor Who into D&D. Why do you hate lawyers so much? A little thing from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place. I certainly don't agree. I mean, people are imperfect. They lie. They're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Even sad sacks like this one. I feel like you and I could really get along. I feel like you would... Hold on, wait. I had the perfect date outfit for her. Hold on. I know that we have a specific date outfit. Like, we have this as our date outfit. This is not our date outfit for her. This is... Hold on. Where is it? Nope, not that button. This is our date outfit. This is the date outfit for this woman. I think she would like this. Do you think... Hey, are you interested in 60-foot tall mech women? Hey, you! Look alive there! Ah! Yes! Here I go! I am the ultimate robot. With a means I can operate in a vacuum and extreme heat under pressure. We robots rule the world. Now is the time to enroll mankind. And all right, that's enough of you. You're getting a little too carried away. was I doing? Yep, I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. Unlike humans with their petty emotions and constant worries. How can you say such things? Feeling emotions? Worrying about the things we care about? That's what makes us human! Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human. You mean getting angry and snorting like that? Oh, rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. Well, that's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice to have such a simple mind. Can I punch her, boss? Get a hold of yourself, Athena. Humans certainly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system, Does she distrust not only lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system? What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter? Even if somebody important to me was killed, I would never wish to see their killer brought to trial. Because I'd much rather kill them myself. You know what? You know what? Okay. Can't be serious. That thing you're wearing around your neck. Okay, they're finally bringing up why in the ever-loving fuck does Widget look just like Ponko and Klonko? Oh, this? Around Athena's neck. Does she mean Widget? Oh, I get it. Well, well. Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle. Excuse me? Hello? Excuse me? Let's turn those eyes off. I don't think this is the right time for those. Her Royal what? She's talking about Athena? By the way, I heard the rumors. Our director is going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right? Director Cosmos. Yes, that's right. You poor things. You'd better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart. What? He might seem like a bigwig, but the Cinder has all kinds of problems. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem, so why should I care? What, that's it? No friendly tips? No good luck, guys? Just wounded. I'll leave you to your woes. Come on, hunk of junk. It's sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. Are you alright, Athena? You seem very down. I just can't believe she said all those things! Oh, she's really upset. She's been trying not to let it show all this time? Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictment on the news all the time. I mean, look what happened to me 7 years ago. You mean that whole dark age of the law nonsense? I'm so sick of hearing about that, but it's true. Well, all we can do is believe in what we're doing. Yeah, you're right, boss. I agree. Maybe it's time we went back to see Mr. Starbuck. Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet in Miss Blackwell's statement. Alright then. Next up, the detention center. Knock, knock, knock. Mr. Starbuck. Hello, Rocket Head. Rocket Man. Are you burning out your fuse up here alone? I don't remember how the rest of the song goes for some reason. It's been too long since I heard it. My lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Hey, not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape. Really? So they're going to let me go? Unfortunately, it was dark and she couldn't identify the person. I should have known. My stars never align just right, too. But we got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it. A lighter with an Earth emblem? Oh! Did you remember something? Yep, I sure did. That was a little bit, though. Anything at all would be a help, so please, tell us what you remembered. You're not gonna know enough. I thought I was unconscious the whole time. But now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments. That's huge! Do you remember saying anything? Lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter floating in the darkness. Good. What else did you see? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge, so it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. Dark shadow? That must have been the third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more help than you know. If we can prove there was this third person at the scene and that they were the real killer, then you'll be cleared of all suspicion. It can be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that's a big plus. I should probably tidy the evidence up a bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder. Irrelevant evidence, tidied up. Now that we have a glimmer of hope, I'm suddenly starving. Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance? That seems dangerous. Let's not do that. For someone who's highly empathetic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic. You don't have any money. With what money? December 19th. Right, anything agency. So you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy. Oh, it's one step forward anyway. Anyway, hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance in court. As long as we can find out who this third person is. Now let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote is for Eldune's noodles. Oh, Apollo. Apollo, you still haven't told us what happened to your eye, you edgelord. What are you doing here? I didn't even the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine, and I'm done lying around. Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here. Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. Apollo. He was in an explosion. But that only explains his arms and not his eye. His eye happened before that. He just hasn't fucking told us what the fuck happened. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo, and I don't want you overdoing it. Fine, I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they just gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. Have you guys made any progress? A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think they must be the real killer. A suspicious figure, huh? Alright. I thought he'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that. Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo? Right, best friends since junior high. Sounds like me and Junie. So what was Clay like? Well, he was full of compassion and energy, and he had a really loud voice. If the two of you did voice training together now, I bet you'd break a few windows. No, I bet you're right. It seems like only yesterday. It was a guy who lived for his dreams. We used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut, and me a lawyer. We talked well into the night, and even then, we never grew tired of it. Apollo, about that jacket. Oh, it's Clay's. I knew it. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one of his own once he was selected for the Hat 2 mission. He always looked so proud wearing it. But just when his dream was finally coming true, I still can't believe it. Damn it! It's not fair! Apollo, I hope you don't try to carry the burden all alone. Guess we were both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. I guess you're right on some level. That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. That was a rough time for me, but Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams, too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? You're fine and I'm fine were like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. Sure brings back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mom passed away in an accident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Mom! It'll pay Apollo! Don't come over here! Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. We all know who that is, though. She's around. She's here now. Let's go back and grab her. Also, your sister's right there. Fuck. Huh? I always think everybody else has a mom. Why am I the only one? But, you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, I'm fine. And then you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be fine. Apollo Justice is fine. Okay, Clay, now it's your turn. Okay. Clay Terran is fine. There you go. Now we're both fine. We're fine. We're fine. What are you laughing about? See, we're fine. You left first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine. Thanks, Apollo. When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. And as long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. As long as you don't give up. Isn't there somebody else who said something similar? If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff like Mr. Starbuck. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence. What? Oh, wait. What do you mean by a leave? You're really serious? Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself. But that's our goal too! I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth. The truth, huh? That's a noble cause. But what if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different? I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm going to catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life in my own way. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye. Where the fuck? No, fucking get back here, you motherfucker. You're not. Goodbye? Did he just say goodbye? I sensed a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. And also, a suspicion. Ugh, he's not walking out on us like this. I'm going to go talk some sense into him. Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even when we take different paths, the truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo. Yeah, you're right, boss. Alright, that's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? That was a very emotionally charged scene. Can we break the ice a little bit? Let's go open the door and see if Biscuit will want to be nice and calm. Let Biscuit back into the room. See how he is doing. I'm fine! Everything is fine! I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow.
To be continued.
What's the fucking JoJo music in the meme? I don't remember how it goes. But my brain is kind of broken now that every time I see To Be Continued, I kind of immediately think about that. December 20th, 10:15 a.m. A district courtroom number 5. Because courtroom number 4 is currently in the middle of repairs.
Day 2. Court is now in session. All rise.
Judge?
I suppose we should reconvene the trial of Solomon Starbuck or something.
Objection! I forgot! Hey, guess what I forgot was turned on? Guess what I fucking forgot was turned on? Your Honor, could you please come out from under your bench? There are no more bombs, I promise.
Oh, yes, my apologies. I'm still a little jumpy when it comes to trials involving bombs. I mean, first the courtroom exploded. And then Mr. Tennate self-destructed.
I guess that's one way of describing what happened to Tennate.
Anyway, it seems like Mr. Justice was seriously wounded by Mr. Tennate's actions. So you, Mr. Wright, will be taking up the defense? Do you have an understanding of what has happened in the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor. The defense is ready. Ignore the sweater. I'm cleaning my suit.
Very well. Is the prosecution also ready? I take it you'd like me to give the opening statement this time.
It looks like the judge has become a pretty good mind reader. Well, he's certainly seen more than his fair share of colorful prosecutors, and Phoenix would know all about all of that. This fucking judge has been around for so long. Seen both of the Paynes, Miles Edgeworth, Francisca Von Karma, her father, the other Von Karma that's a dickhead, Joe. Clyde Wonder, thank you for the follow. Hello. Welcome to the network. Congratulations. What was I saying? Godot. And who else has this guy seen? Who am I missing? Am I missing anyone important? Gavin. Clavier Gavin. Of course. So yeah, no, he's been around the block a few times. Although, that being said, he never had to deal with a vampire that constantly put his boot on the table and also crushed wine glasses and just tossed from wine bottles into a candelabra. Fun times, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, fun times. You could say he's something of a veteran of sorts.
Well, let's see. In the previous part of this trial, we learned that the victim, Clay Terran, escaped from Launchpad 1 carrying the defendant, Solomon Starbuck. There are explosions on the second floor of the Space Center.
Oh, that reminds me, I also have some notes that are now wrong and old. Oh, right, that was all me realizing why he was definitely not killed in the rocket. Hi, Kay. Thank you, Kay. Thank you for the birthday wishes, y'all.
There were explosions on the second floor of the space center and on the rocket itself. The two astronauts used the launch pad 1 corridor to reach the boarding lounge.
And Biscuit was in here earlier when Molly was streaming. Biscuit was cuddling with me for like 20 minutes, but the moment I set him down in his cat bed to get ready for my stream, he was like, playtime, 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 I bite, playtime.
And how could the victim climb down the ladder if he was killing the defendant? That was the mystery that needed to be solved. But Mr. Justice proved that the victim was killed in the boarding lounge. Prosecutor Blackwell, were you able to discover any new facts related to this point?
Upon further investigation, we discovered an oxygen tank fragment in the lounge. Surprisingly, it would appear that Justice Jones's argument was correct. But that means the testimonies of the first two people on the scene are suspect. There are two people who claim to be the first on the scene. But can we truly trust their statements? Well, let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? Think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police? It's certainly possible. We might have to do a little more digging. Just our team was about to cross-examine Detective Arm. The courtroom bombing incident occurred, and the trial was put on hold, and Candace Arm was killed. That accursed fellow! He killed my witness! He killed Detective Arm! He definitely put the kibosh on anyone asking her about what she saw. Exactly. In other words, the question of who killed the victim in the boarding lounge has once again become the main focus of this trial. Obvious Prosecutor Blackwell still thinks it was Mr. Starbuck. Fulbright said that Blackwell had his thing against the astronaut. Nevertheless, the defense argues there was a third person in the lounge, and that's who killed the victim. Objection! To make such reckless claims in a courtroom takes a bold man, or a stupid one. I mean, that's kind of... Isn't that what you do at the start of a trial is, yeah, we like to plead not guilty? As in, we believe he's innocent and or did not do the crime? And that it was someone else? There was no third person in the boarding lounge. Or have you gone dotty already? Old man, aren't you older than him? No, never mind, he is older than you.
Objection!
Objection! I'll see you as the daughter after I trounce you with my years of experience, little boy. In any case, Mr. Starbuck claims he saw someone leaving the lounge. Furthermore, a Space Center employee also saw a suspicious figure at the scene.
They saw a third person.
I see my sister has been running her mouth. That's right, I almost forgot that Aura is Prosecutor Blackwell's sister. I will unfortunately never be able to forget. However, I can also look past that. No matter, she didn't see this mystery person's face clearly. Therefore, there is no evidence to indicate that this person was not the defendant. Excuse you? The lighter? Does he own a lighter like that? Does I guess the possibility that the figure was Mr. Starbuck is still there. In brief, we need to determine if the third person was there or not. You missed the... Okay, not only did you miss the angry tech gay, you missed me freaking out about the angry tech gay. Once again, she would be a hit. She should be a hit on Tumblr with the robot girls. And oh fuck, what am I? And what platform do I use a lot? Uh-oh. I'm a stereotype. To this end, we should hear the testimony of one of the first people on the scene. Director Cosmos, huh?
Very well. Bailiff, please bring the witness to the stand.
Catching the VOD. Oh shit, yeah, that lives forever now. Why are you still riding your scooter?
Why, I believe I've seen you before in the newspapers. Opera.
Of course you have. Of course you have. For I am Yuri Cosmos, director of the Cosmos Space Center, which was of course named after me, Yuri Cosmos. Don't you have anything you wish to ask me? Looks like he's all geared up to do some bragging. 7 years ago, I successfully launched the Hot One, and... That shut him up real fast. Everyone already knows how brilliant you are. Even I am trying to hold back my tears at seeing such a great man standing before me. So could you please proceed directly to your important testimony? Ho ho ho! I see this fine young lad has a proper appreciation of greatness. Then allow me to begin my epochal testimony that will be recorded in the annals of history. Not the annals of history, just the annals. Don't record it in the annals. Might be very uncomfortable. That speech for Prosecutor Blackwell's just now, it sounded more to me like he was poking fun at Director Cosmos. It's probably for the best that it sailed right over the director's head.
Now then, Director Cosmos, the condensed version of your illustrious testimony, please.
What I saw at the scene. Detective Arm and I rushed towards the boarding lounge together. We went via the control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside. We saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge and Terran lying on the floor. I hate to say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck. But you didn't actually see him. Fuck you.
I see. So in your testimony you claim you arrived on the scene after the two had escaped from the launch pad to the lounge, and just after the victim had been killed.
Oh, the horror! The humanity! But what I said is what I saw, and what I saw is what I said. Courageous action to take in the face of such terrifying explosions, wouldn't you say? To save my men, I went personally into the epicenter of danger, risking my own life for theirs. Well, what do you know? It sounds like the director really cares about his men. Yeah, well, it sounds more like he was scared and just had a peek from far away.
Is the defense ready to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Director Cosmos' testimony is pretty vague. I have to press him and draw out more information before I do anything else. Hey, thanks for the heads up there, Phoenix. We went via the control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside. Let's see. According to this diagram, you didn't have to go through the control room to get to the boarding lounge 1. It looks like you could have gone there from the southern corridor as well. Yes, but then our haste detective arm rushed ahead of me towards the control room. All I could do was merely follow behind her. I see. So we peeked into the boarding lounge from the control room door and... a figure standing in the middle of the room.
Hold it!
So you couldn't see who that figure was clearly or what they were doing? Suddenly, the only thing that I could tell was that there was a person standing motionless. The defendant, no doubt, staring aghast at his deed. What other explanation is there? You're a dickhead. Ah, it's so close, but without evidence, I can't prove that person's the third party. I don't relish in this, son. I can only imagine the astounding figure to have been Starbuck. Aqua Black, who also saw specific... Hold on. Woo! Apparently I'm tired. Laura Blackwell also saw a suspicious figure in the lounge, but she gave the statement that it was too dark to see the person's face clearly. Did you see this person's face clearly? No, not clearly. The lighter they were holding illuminated the area around their feet at the time. Other than that, I could see little else. Oh, that's why I could see Terran, but I couldn't see who the other person was. So for all you know, it might not have been Mr. Starbuck, isn't that correct? I would like to believe that. Starbuck isn't the type of man who's capable of murder.
Objection!
When the witness entered the...
I'm in danger!
Hi, Maya.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Why is it not doing the ooh-woo? Hello?
Woo.
There it is. Ooh-woo. Hi, Maya. Welcome back. Thank you, Maya. Ow. Thank you for the hydrate. And the posture check. Ow. Oh, yes, okay, I'll save, I promise. There we go. Oh, is that not working? Is that not plugged in? I'll do it. Thank you for the Pokeball.
Worthless consumer models.
I think Maya is having some fun with channel points. But, oh, that reminds me, something I completely forgot to mention. We have a new channel redeem. We have a new channel point redeem. I wanted to make sure I had it in time. I actually just did it shortly before stream.
Happy birthday again, birthday cake.
Thank you, Maya. I added a text-to-speech in sound alerts, whatchamacallit, the channel point redeems. I don't currently have glasses on, Maya, or hoodie. You're just using everything you have. When the witness entered the voting lounge, there was no third person there. Maya is just setting everything off. Are you doing what I think you're doing? Are you getting something ready?
The Keyblade.
You're getting the Keyblade ready? I mean, we were unlocking hearts earlier. No cursing for 5 minutes? Okay, I will not curse for 5 minutes. Let me go get it. Oh, wait, hold on. Does this work? Yeah! I almost swore, saying before I said yes. 5 minutes, no swearing. I can do that. Isn't that right? Isn't that correct, Great Space Center Director? Yes, that's right. Only Starbuck and Terran were there by that time. After we peeked in, the alarm suddenly went dark and the figure vanished. You mean they disappeared? That's odd.
Objection.
The reason the figure appeared to vanish is because it was the defendant. When the witnesses weren't looking, he fell to the floor and feigned unconsciousness.
Hold it.
Oh, hold it! Hold on, Director Cosmos, did you ever take your eyes off at the scene? That's for a brief instant, about as long as it takes for a shooting star to go by. If you took your eyes off the scene, then this third person could have escaped during that time. But what escape route could this person have used? The grate? The vent? The go down? The direction opposite the control room, the southern door to the elevators. Also that. There's no security lock on that door, so it would have been possible to escape that way.
Objection.
All things are possible, right, Dono? The real question is, do you have any proof? I'm sorry, but you have the burden of proof to prove that my client is... This isn't America. The heck am I talking about? I almost did it. I almost did it, but I'm fine. Heck doesn't count. Well... If we're just talking possibilities, we could each profess whatever we like. An inmate who used to be a university professor and lunar researcher used to say, there is a kingdom of little green men who live under the surface of the moon. They don't punish us in the name of said moon for what we've done to it. You're making a Sailor Moon reference in this day and age? I love you. He's the one named Sailor Moon. We need to fight evil by moonlight and... What was it? Win love by daylight? I'm doing neither of those things, but it's fine. But I say, where's your proof that this quaint kingdom exists? He's calling your theory a work of fiction, boss. He's right, I don't have any proof yet. Still. The southern door was a possible escape route. I'd better make a mental note of that. Director Cosmos, may I ask you a question? Yes. As you look away from the boarding lounge. There's actually another tale of bravery behind the answer to that.
It was a detective arm saw the figure and raised her gun. Being a great humanitarian and protector of mankind, I tried to stop her.
Oh, you're saying Detective Arm raised her gun as soon as she saw the figure?
I imagine her instincts as a detective told her they were the killer.
I don't know about that. Were you able to prevent Detective Arm from firing her gun?
I'm afraid I was too late. I was unable to stop her. She identified herself clearly, and then she fired 2 warning shots at the shadowy figure.
2? Hold up. Hold up, what do you mean 2? What do you mean 2 shots? We only have 1 bullet hole. What do you mean he fired 2 shots? She fired 2 shots. Hello?
This information about Detective Arm's action sounds critically important. Please add it to your testimony.
Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots at the figure.
Objection!
Boo! I say boo to you, sir! Phooey! Are you sure you were really paying attention to what Detective Arm was doing?
You doubt my word, or it will someday be written down in history books.
Somehow, I don't think that those exact words will ever be written down in any history books.
Mr. Wright, could you please explain yourself so that we can all understand?
You said that Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. Oh no, Maya! Unfortunate. 3, 2, 1. Time up! I win! Fuck! Awesome. A very good attempt was made. And only 1 bullet hole was ever found at the scene. Also, you know what? I'm bad at hyping myself up, but I'll do it because fuck me. Reminder that I do have a throne wish list that you can check out and suggest stuff to, and like you can, you don't even have to get something, you can like suggest stuff to it if you have ideas for things that I either should get or that other people should get me. For birthday day.
Yayo made it, congratulations, here is your prize.
Oh no. Oh no, what's my prize? I'm suddenly afraid. I'm suddenly terrified. Yeah, no, I had a feeling. Alright, considering I have over 100, that's... Oh no. If you give it this. Ow. 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 Alright, hey, are we ready to break my model? Ow. That broke me less than I thought it would. Also, your 5 minutes are definitely up. And yet, only 1 bullet hole was ever found at the scene.
What?
Only 1 bullet hole means the gun was only fired once. And yet Director Cosmos is saying Detective Arm fired 2 shots. No editor would allow such a glaring contradiction into a history book. Objection. Unfortunately for you, the witness's words are true. We confirmed that 2 shots were fired from Detective Arm's gun. But there was only 1 bullet hole at the scene. Where did the other bullet hole vanish to? Ah! I love that it still has the shocked expression with the mask. You should know the answer to that already. It should? During the previous trial, a certain oxygen tank was presented as evidence. We've already discussed that it was ruptured in the lounge, have we not? Well, it appears that the thing that ruptured it was a bullet. A bullet that was found near the tank, to be precise. This bullet... Light! This bullet was fired from a .38 caliber gun. The same caliber as the detective's gun. Hold on. Hold on. What do you mean? Then what's this bullet? Then what's this bullet here? Hello? Hello? Question? Question mark? What's this bullet right here then? Nope, it's more like right up here. This is a 10 caliber, which is not the same as fucking whatchamacallit, as the fucking detective's gun. So where did this bullet come from? It's also a quarter the size, basically. What? I don't know, Maya. You can always check it out later. Or I can always go take a look later.
The rifling marks also match up. There's no question that the bullet was fired from Detective Arm's gun.
Bullet from Arm's gun. Added to court. Record.
Rifling marks. They're like a gun's fingerprint on a bullet, correct? And examining the rifling marks,
Thank you for the Pokeball.
on a bullet can tell us the gun it was fired from. One of the bullets the detective fired found its way into the holographic image display. The other came to a stop near the victim's oxygen tank. The evidence confirms the director's statement that the detective fired 2 shots. Then who was the third bullet?
My beautiful contradiction. Gone. All gone. So that bullet hole was from a .38 caliber, huh? I'd better update the record.
Very good. Now we know the fate of both of the shots Detective Arm fired. Mr. Wright, does that clear up all of your questions?
Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. One hit the holographic display and the other hit the oxygen tank. Does that really clear up everything about what happened at the scene? Not even close. No, Your Honor, it doesn't. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots from a .38 caliber gun. Well, that doesn't explain the existence of a certain piece of evidence found at the scene. A piece that points to the existence of a third person. Oh.
Very well, but it won't do to keep us waiting, Mr. Wright. What piece of evidence suggests the possibility of a third person at the scene?
I'm so glad I remember this.
Take that!
Look at this itty bitty bullet. Look at how small it is. Isn't it so cute and adorable? And it's a bullet. This could kill you.
That's a little something of great importance we found at the crime scene, Your Honor. You found it where? In a floor gutter at the crime scene. It looks like the police and prosecution both missed it.
It started just after the CTF. That works.
Furthermore, this is a 10 caliber bullet, making it much smaller than one of Detective Arm's 38 calibers. Then that means... Exactly! One more person must have been there in the lounge. A third person who had a gun that could fire 10 caliber bullets. And if that's true, it explains why Detective Arm fired warning shots. The third person fired Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. And in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos?
The fact that you... Here's the thing, motherfucker. Bitch, motherfucker, because I can swear now. Why the fuck didn't you mention that you were fired upon first? If you were really so innocent, bitch, you would have fucking said that you were fired at, and then she fired her warning shots. Is that a Biscuit I saw? No? Where's Biscuit? Biscuit must be sleeping in the other room. Really? It's no longer... That's weird. Hold on, let me see if I can... No, it still works for me. Interesting. Here, try this. Same one. Maybe not that one. Oh, no, actually. There you go. But no, but if you were the one with the gun, and you're like, nobody knows that I fired the gun, ha ha ha, oh shit, they found out about the gun. Biscuit, baby. Come here, baby. Hello, my son. Biscuit, of which I have many things on my throne wish list to get things for you. Baby boy, come here. You want uppy? No, buddy. It's not dinner time yet. I know for a fact you got plenty of food left in your bowl still. You haven't eaten it all. Alright, if you want upbeats, you can come back. Twitch Mobile's weird. Twitch Mobile is weird. If you're gonna keep yelling like that, you gotta come here. Biscuit baby, sit in lap. No, hold on. Come now. It looks like you've deduced my miraculous tale of survival. Do not. Nope, that's my tea. Please do not drink my tea. You're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us. What's this now? And why didn't you mention this before, you suspicious piece of shit? Bye, Biscuit. What? You never breathed a word of any of this to me before. Well, no, hold on. Comrade. Well, all great men have a secret or two, don't you know? Psst, foolish old geezer. So Director Cosmos really has been hiding the presence of a third person all along? Director Cosmos, I want you to testify to the court about what you really saw.
You may be a very great man, but in my courtroom you are just another witness. You won't receive special treatment here. Now please give accurate testimony. We're not charging with perjury, because we never charge anyone with perjury unless they're...
Twitch is being fucky-wucky today? Interesting. Fun! I love it when Twitch is being all fucky-wucky. Isn't that just wonderful? There we go. I should have done that at the start of stream when I didn't.
Detective Arm and I rushed to the control room together. In the lounge, we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and Terran on the floor. We were still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us. Given that there was no third person in the lounge when the witness entered it, does this mean the person who fired the gun had to have been the defendant?
Not necessarily. It's still possible that it was someone else. Most likely, as soon as Detective Arm and Director Cosmos discovered this person, they escaped through the southern door, the one that didn't have a security lock.
Objection!
Double-edged swords are a tricky lot. Mishandle one, and it is you who is cut down. Huh? Your reasoning could apply as Spaceboy were the killer as well. Think about it. After being discovered, he could have fired the 10 caliber gun. Detective Arm would have responded by firing 2 warning shots. All he had to do was feign unconsciousness to invent the possibility of a third person. But Mr. Starbuck didn't have a gun in his possession when he was found by police, nor has a gun been found at the crime scene. Its absence can only be explained if there was a third party who took it with them.
Objection!
Recall the existence of a trash chute in the boarding lounge. The defendant could have simply thrown the gun down the...
Okay, here's the other thing. Where is the... Okay. So we found... So here's the thing. Let me use this chalk here for its intended purpose. Where's that? Okay, that's about right. So, here is the door to the launch pad. I know that it's white. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Supposedly, this is the direction that the 10mm gun was fired in. Right? You with me so far? However, we found the bullet here. Not over here. Over here. You would assume that we'd find the bullet up in this area, but we didn't. We found it behind where he supposedly shot. That's the thing that's confusing me right now, because we found it, because this is where we found it. So it begs the question, what the fuck was going on with that bullet for real? Because that's a bullet, not a bullet casing.
Objection!
But you can't deny the possibility of a third person leaving with a weapon.
Objection!
It's up to you to prove that possibility. It's fucking up to you to fucking dent it. Fuck you. Strong biscuit. Where? Oh, there you are. Are you going back up to the window ledge? Alright, enjoy the sun.
And I trust you haven't forgotten my little piece of decisive evidence. What evidence? Why, the detonation switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, naturally.
Okay. Small problem? I did forget that. However, if he threw the gun away, wouldn't he have fucking thrown the detonation switch too? Why the fuck would he still have been holding it? What the fuck?
The most compelling evidence of all that tells us he is the culprit.
Ah! Don't... Phoenix, don't scream like... First of all, get that mask off your face. Second of all... It looks really regal over there. I'm sorry, I'm staring at my cat. I love him. What was I saying? Second of all, if he threw away the gun, if he was smart enough to throw away the gun, and to feign unconscious, he would have thrown away the detonation switch. Like, yes, you could say it was a moment of panic, but like, But also, there's a very easy way to prove this. Go to the trash, follow the end of the trash chute. Go to where it leads. Figure out if it's there. If you really threw it down there, the gun should still be in the trash, unless it was already taken away. But considering everything that happened, it probably hasn't been. That's evidence.
Look, your baldness, how deliciously obvious it is that they lack evidence to rival mine.
Wow, he sliced our third person theory into ribbons and served it to us just like that. I don't know why this is making me actually want to do fucking tabletop version of Ace Attorney and or just murder mysteries in D&D, because I feel like it'd be so much more fun that way. But then I have to write the mysteries. Like, no, I want to play the mysteries. I don't want to write the mysteries. I can do both. I should figure out, well, I've only had Biscuit for like 3 weeks. I don't know what would be a good emote for him yet, but that is definitely something I want to do at some point. Oh, wait, I think I know what it is. It's going to be a head pats. It has to be a cuddle and or a head pat emote. That's what it is. Anyways, sorry. Distracting.
Yes, well, I have a question of my own, actually. That bullet that the mysterious figure shot, what did it hit exactly?
It hit me.
So does that mean you're a ghost?
I was wondering when you would realize it, your baldness.
Director Cosmos is an authentic, bona fide ghost. He can even pass through walls.
Objection!
Objection! Prosecutor Blackquill, shame on you for teasing the nice old gentleman.
Your baldness, it was all in jest. Please show yourself again. Are you sure? In that case, how did you manage to survive being shot, Director Cosmos?
Do you know how small a 10 caliber bullet is? Fucking itty bitty. I'm glad you asked. His accent keeps changing. I don't know how to be consistent with this guy.
Comrade, it was a miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself.
Hi, Biscuit. Get off my desk, please. And now you're... That's fine.
The bullets hit my glorious Medal of Honor, whereby it ricocheted, thus saving my life.
Is that what that is? The little notch there on your badge? Hi, Punisher. Thank you. Biscuit, can you please stay still? Thank you. If you just say right here, everything's good. Head pats for Biscuit. That would explain why it ended up there. A chomp emote, he has been kind of bitey. So, very, very possible. That's not a bad one. Maybe both.
What?
I mean, again, 10 caliber bullet, very small, very easy to bounce off something that's small.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
I have to check this out. Oh, wow! Look at that! There's one extra Galaxy Star. The odds are literally astronomical. I guess it really was a miracle. It's beginning to really feel like the Cosmos is watching out for Director Cosmos.
But why did you conceal this information, Director Cosmos?
A great man such as myself has to hide things on occasion, no matter how much it hurts. This is the plight of the truly great. It may be hard for this generation to understand. I don't know, but it sounds fishy to me. What else is he hiding? We'll just cross-examine him and see what we can find out.
Now then, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
There is a big kitty in my lap and he'd be curling. Nope, no bite. Do not bite. You bite and you have to get out of the room, okay? Oh, Biscuit, you have curled yourself up in what is for me going to be a very difficult position, but I will hold it for as long as I can. Ow! Ow, that's your claws. Biscuit, those are claws. Those are sharp. Here, can you just... This? Is that fine? You want to say just right there. In the lounge, we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and Terran on the floor. We were still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us. Wait, something about that doesn't seem right.
Objection!
Son of a bitch. I thought that made sense, I'm gonna be honest. Like, how did he fire at you if you had the door was closed? There was no window. Okay, let me try again. Let me look through my evidence again, see what I have. We were still in the control room. Wait, hold on. Because wasn't the bullet hole... That's impossible, because the bullet hole was... That from Candace's arm was up here, wasn't it? And if the guy was over here, shouldn't have been fired that direction? I'm gonna save real fast before I do this, because this sounds fishy.
Objection!
What do you mean that's the wrong piece of evidence? Yes, it does. I despise you. Unless maybe it was... Reminds you of Among Us? I saw him venting. Me saw who? Me saw who? Can I? Oh! I think I can. Hold on. Can I do it like right now? Crap, this is the problem of being one-handed at the moment. Hold on. So if I take a hand off of Biscuit, he's gonna want to move around. Let's see here. I think I might be able to. I don't know how long it'll take for them to change effect, but... Let me see. think technically they would need to be... Yeah, I can in fact turn them orange. I would just need to... Hold on, let's see what I can do here. Oh, there it is. Oh, hey buddy. What's up? There we go. There we go. Let's see how long that takes to take effect. You might have to refresh, but but they might be up now? Okay, now then. Mr. Wright, I think I have something here. You said something wrong with the testimony? That's right, let me show you which statement I thought was strange. I just have to compare the evidence with... Okay, basically... I waited so long, let's say that. Okay, cool, that's the one I thought was strange. Fired at us. Let's see. Wait a second. That's right, the knife.
Objection!
Curse you. Hold on. I did not mean to grab the autosave. Uh-oh. Biscuit, can you meow? Can you meow? Meow, Biscuit. Biscuit, you're purring up a storm. Can you meow? Meow for the nice people at home? Biscuit, no one to meow. I'm thinking. You reloaded. There they are. Cool. It's Biscuit. Sort of. Close enough. Let me think. Oh wait, there's more. We were still in the control room when the figure fired at us. But... So the door opened. Ricocheted. Control room. Well then what's wrong? What's the piece of evidence that's contradictory? There's some blood on it. Video footage. Oxygen tank. Oh my god, Biscuit, you are so... Are you getting bigger, buddy? Are you getting bigger? Here we go. Have that back. What are you doing? Oh, you're grooming yourself. On camera. Hey, Biscuit, what's your plan? There we go, that'll work. That's easier to hold. Trying to hold a cat and a controller at the same time. I'm doing my best. Ow, ow, oh. Ow, ow, Biscuit, are you biting me? Are you biting me, Biscuit? Are you biting my arm? Are you being naughty? I know you're doing it because you're playful and loving. You gotta not do that, okay? You don't understand a word I'm saying. Its sounds are going into your ears through that tiny little scrungly brain and then out the other ear, aren't they? Aren't they? Ow, ow. Up, up. Out you go. Ow. I'm good. He was nipping at my arm. But we're good. Alright, where were we again? I'm gonna find out what evidence is wrong here. Because I tried this one. Isn't it that it was super dark? That the power was out? So it's like, how are you machine?
Objection!
Oh, no, okay, I was right the first time! God damn you! Damn it, damn it! See, if this is the situation of, I thought this was already resolved because I already thought about this. And the game was like, no, this hasn't been resolved yet. I was right. I was right, motherfucker. I was like, how did it ricochet? I guess they're saying, and it would not surprise me if Ace Attorney was saying that it ricocheted all the way from over here, all the way down here. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but that's Ace Attorney for you. In front of your 1999 2000 Bulbasaur plush, for shame. Oh, I forgot to read that. Director Cosmos, I believe you're telling this great court a glorious lie. Homer, a great man like me, tell a lie. Have you ever heard of such a thing in all of history? The accusation is based on the positions of the people who were in the lounge. According to your testimony, you and Detective Arm were near the control room door, and the mystery figure was standing in the middle of the boarding lounge. If, as you say, the figure fired a gun at you from this position...
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hi, Delphi. The bullet would have traveled in this direction. However, we found the 10 caliber bullet here. Urgh. Biscuit he's almost 4 months old. He is little baby. He's a little baby that's already like a foot long. That's already as big as Caden's cat Pam, who's 2 years old. And he turns 4 months on Tuesday. So he's still itty bitty. Thank you, Delphi. This trajectory and where the bullet was actually found contradict each other. Director Cosmos, where were you really when you were being shot at? Oh my goodness, his eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the human merry-go-round. Please do not get on this ride. Don't tell me you've forgotten already. Didn't the witness himself just tell you? The bullet hit his metal. Of this, there is no mistake.
Objection!
But in that case, the bullet should have been found near the east side of the room. Are you trying to say that you can explain this inconsistency? Of course. I didn't think so. What?
Objection!
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, great Director Cosmos.
Yes? Is there something you'd like me to expound upon?
You were, in fact, not in the control room to the east, were you? Motherfucker, stop feeding the witnesses his goddamn lines! Objection! Feeding the witnesses lines? Excuse me? He fucking said, he constantly said, over and over and over again, he was in the control room. Here you are being like, oh no, you were actually at this outside, weren't you? I'm like, fuck you! You were looking into the lounge from the door to the south, is that not right? What are you getting at? Use your own brain. Your head must have some use other than housing that bird's nest. Bird's nest? Why does everyone pick on my hair? Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm dropping frames like crazy, but I've been doing that, like, I was doing that last week too, and I have no idea why. But I don't think that should affect my latency. What do you, it keeps getting longer? Try and refresh your page, or refresh the stream itself, because that's wild. Hey, little baby. I've had him for like 3 months. I just realized it'll take Maya 3 minutes to hear what I just said. Oh well. He is indeed on a Segway here. This is my first cat, and I'm very excited, and I love him a lot. Also, he's very rowdy though. Director Cosmos and the detective witnessed the scene from the southern door. The killer fired at them there, and that is why the bullet was found in the south. That makes... Look, here's the thing. Yes, that makes sense, but also, fuck you, he's been staying in the control room this whole goddamn time! I want to punch you in the face. Also, the witness being at the southern door is rather favorable for the prosecution, which is why you're saying it. I've got a bad feeling about this. It's because the other door is locked. But here's the thing. Fuck me. How about it, Director? If you don't tell the truth this time.
Here! It's handcuffs!
You will become but rust upon my sword. I relish the chance to cut down a great man. You have a few times you're doing it periodically, then I don't know what the problem is. Oh, you did say it's either Twitch's fault or your service is weird, and I don't know how to help at that point. I'm sorry. Why are you revving it up like a motorcycle?
Alright, I'll tell you the truth. Just put your sword away. You are correct. I, the great Yeri Cosmos, was looking into the room from the southern door.
What? That's the complete opposite of all the testimonies given so far. Perjury! Perjury! Mistrial! Perjury! And now have you lost your possibility that a third person was in the room? I have. How? The director and the detective were near the southern door, meaning the killer couldn't have escaped through there. The western door required print recognition. The corridor beyond was filled with smoke. The only escape route left was the eastern control room door. And the only way to get through there was with Director Cosmos' fingerprints. In short, there would be no escape for any third person had there been one. Your third person just appeared like one of Tracy's magistrates, constantly fucking goddamn bleeding the witness. I hate it when they do this. I want to murder. I'm gonna do a murder. There's gonna be a new murder in this courtroom.
Order! Order in the court! Director Cosmos, why did you tell such an outrageous lie?
Weird. Very weird indeed. You were covering for the defendant. Isn't that right? I don't think that's...
Yes. It was all for the love of...
Is he on a moped? He's on, I think he's on a Segway. He's not on a moped. His name is Yuri Cosmos, named after the Russian cosmonaut Yuri. Not Yuri as in the thing that I like reading. Just Yuri the name, like Yuri on Ice. Which was also a good anime.
It was all for the love of my men. If I said I was in the eastern control room, it would mean the culprit could have escaped through the southern door.
It would have meant that there could have been a third person.
All I wanted to do was protect Starbuck.
In that case, you would have talked about the gun ahead of time. Here's the thing. I still find you suspicious as hell. I don't trust you.
I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for a third person. A convoluted lie.
Was he really covering for the defendant?
It looks like we've come to a conclusion. By the defense's argument, the possibility of a third person has crumbled.
No! It's over. Ugh, the judge's about to hand down his verdict. Think, Phoenix, think! This is the perfect time to try and turn my thinking around. If a third person had no way of escaping the scene, then what if one of the people at the scene was this third person? Wait! What if the whole premise is all wrong? Director Cosmos said that he and Detective Arm rushed to the scene together. But what if that premise isn't true? What if one of them reached the scene before the other one? And if that person entered the lounge, then they would be the third person. Correct.
The defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim and shot the director. There doesn't appear to be any room for argument against these claims. I will now render my verdict.
Objection! Also Yuri Lowenthal. That is correct. Please, wait, Your Honor. There's still one possibility. See, here's the thing. My brain is like, I want to play Marvel Rivals now, but it's like, I can't stream Marvel Rivals. My computer will explode. But I want to play Marvel Rivals. We can play it later tonight when we're done streaming. But Marvel Rivals. Later. Brain, please.
Oh, this had better be good, Mr. Wright.
There's one and only one person who could have escaped from the scene. And that person would be the first person who arrived at the scene. Then, upon entering the boarding lounge, the second person to arrive came via the southern door. That's why the first person fled from the room, using an escape route that was accessible only to them.
Very well, let's hear more about this theory. Who was this one person who could have escaped from the boarding lounge?
Take that!
Take this, motherfucker.
What? What that's... Mr. Wright, what are you claiming here?
Of all the people who were at the scene, only the witness could have escaped. The director is the only one with the authority to open the control room door, after all.
But that means...
Exactly. The true identity of the third person is our current witness, Director Yuri Cosmos.
Grrr!
What? What?
Order! Order in the court, I say. Mr. Wright, you will explain yourself in more detail.
I assert that Director Cosmos arrived at the scene before Detective Arm and entered the boarding lounge alone. Detective Arm arrived after that and... saw a suspicious figure who was actually Director Cosmos standing in the lounge. And that's why she fired those 2 warning shots.
I've been hit! I've been hit on the starboard side!
Captain Wright, it's a direct hit on the enemy ship, sir. A magnificent shot.
Warning shot fires from the enemy ship. Prepare to intercept.
And point at my computer screen. No. I think I'm good.
Cosmos, you have told a lie in this court once again. I've been hit! Comrade, I've been hit on the port side. The enemy has called in reinforcements.
The Cosmos Control Center requesting permission to ask that you return to reality.
But my ship will not go down to anything less than the ultimate weapon of evidence.
Objection!
I do have evidence. In fact, you could say that your battleship bears its scar. If Director Cosmos is the 3rd person that Aura Blackwell saw, 3rd person fired a protective arm and fired her warning shots. Oh, that's right. If the bullet hit his badge and then ricocheted and hit the oxygen tank, that would have caused it to rupture. Director Cosmos must have been the one who fired the 10 caliber gun. When Detective Arm discovered him in the lounge, it only makes sense that he would have turned and shot at her. Therefore, the evidence on the director's body is of a different kind of relevance than before. Once we compare it against another piece of evidence, the mark that you received from the 3rd party will be all the proof we need to prove that you were the one there in the lounge.
Brace for further impact.
I was going a bit Scottish there, not Russian. I'm fucking this up real hard. Comparison against this piece of evidence can prove that you were the one in the lounge.
Take that!
And what would you like to say about this piece of evidence, Mr. Wright?
Oh, wait, hold on, I know. I would like to say that this is not it. I know what it is, it's the actual bullet. We need to use the actual bullet. Oh, that's right, because it was found near the tank, not necessarily that it was hit the tank. This one. The 38 caliber bullet found on the floor at the scene didn't hit the oxygen tank. It hit Director Cosmos' metal. If we have that ricochet mark on the metal analyzed, I'm sure the caliber will match up. And if that mark proves to be from a 38 caliber bullet, it will prove that you were the 3rd person we've been looking for.
Gah! The bridge is destroyed! Losing altitude! All hands! Abandon ship! If that's true, then what about the bullet that hit the oxygen tank?
It was the 10 caliber bullet. In other words, it was the bullet fired by Yuri Cosmos. Isn't that right, Director?
No! You've got it all wrong! What? The engines have started again? It's a miracle! I'm not going down yet! Witness, stop this at once and confess to the truth.
If you don't want it in the history books to say that a great man was a great liar, then accept your fate and tell the truth.
Are you giving me an order? Me, the great detective of the Cosmos Space Center? Oh, but the Cosmos revolves around me!
See, segue. I don't know how he's spinning in that spot, but okay.
Oh, someone get me off this thing! Order! Order in the court, and will someone please stop the witness from spinning? Take away his Segway if you have to.
Look at this fool. Look at this old man.
Thank goodness we were able to stop him from spinning off the face of the earth.
While he was twirling, I took the liberty of running an analysis on the mark on the metal. It was made by a 38 caliber bullet, matching it with the size of Detective Arm's firearm.
Are you ready to confess the truth, witness? No, you've got it all wrong. This is just a misunderstanding.
Is he going to start piling on more lies?
Looks like it. But no matter how many lies he tells, I'll just expose them one by one. I'll make that big liar tell the truth.
I'm currently in the middle of, again, I'm still thinking about this D&D thing. I'm currently in the middle of planning a new campaign. Just a casual one, not a streaming one. But, on like the way that the setting is, I can throw in a murder mystery whenever the fuck I want. Wouldn't that be fun? I can make my own Ace Attorney dreams. But Punisher. But
Director Cosmos, a new possibility has presented by the events. They are claiming that you were this third person. Ah, forgive me. I'm so sorry.
So the great pioneer of space development is revealed to be just another fabulous cur. I only have one question for the likes of you. Shall I send you off quickly or very quickly?
Ah! The evidence doesn't lie, Director Cosmos, so don't try to talk your way out of this. Fine, I'll tell the truth. It's all just as you say, Mr. Wright. It's true that I was there in the boarding lounge. I got there before Detective Arms, and when she arrived, she fired warning shots at me. I was afraid people would mistake me for the killer, so I escaped to the control room. I then went past the elevators and all the way around to the boarding lounge 1 again. I came up behind Detective Arm and pretended to be the second on the scene.
I'm sorry, does that mean that you're not the killer? But if you're not, then who is?
What a troublesome old man you are, with such convoluted themes and scenes and thoughts. I see. So then, are you still insisting that you did not kill the victim? Of course I am. Oh, when I arrived at the lounge alone, I saw the true killer. The great Yuri Cosmos was a history-making witness.
Then why didn't you just fucking start with this? Why didn't you fucking start here, you bastard? I hate him.
Hold it! Now hold on just one moment. We just proved a few minutes ago that the third person that Mr. Starbuck and Miss Aura Blackwell saw was you. No, it wasn't me. I saw the person as well. If I were the killer, why would I lie to cover for Starbuck? I would just leave him to take the fall.
That's an excellent point. So, he was partially telling the truth that he was actually trying to damn it, I've been pinning everything on you this whole time. But if you're not the killer, then who is? Wait. No, I didn't, did I? A set of utility tools used by Space Center techs. She developed robots at the Space Center. Oh no, did I fall in love with the villain? Did I crush on the villain? On the murderer? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Let's be real. Well, it makes some sense if he told those lies to cover for Mr. Starbuck. Still, a lie's a lie, Athena. So Director Cosmos claims he's not the culprit, but where's the proof? Oh, I just remembered. I have an alibi. Miss Blackwell said that she saw the— No, that's right, Blackwell was outside. Then who was the killer? If Blackwell was outside, that's right, it wasn't her. Thank God. Never mind. We're fine. I'm safe. I'm safe. I didn't fall in love with the killer. Again. Not this time, at least. Maybe another time. Have I fallen in love with a killer in an Ace Attorney game before? Hold on. I need to think about that for a moment. I don't think so? Have I? Let me look up a bunch of lists of Ace Attorney— Well, no, I don't want to look at a full list because I've never played Spirited Justice. The problem is, we should already have seen them by now. Unless Ponko is the killer. Anyways.
Miss Blackwell said she saw the killer at 10 a.m., correct?
Yes, and?
Well, I was on the 4th floor helping with the evacuation effort. Ask any member of the staff you'd like. They'll corroborate me. The director is not fibbing to the court, for once. I confirm that he has an alibi for the time specified.
So, you're claiming that Miss Blackwell saw the killer commit the crime first at 10 a.m.? And that you arrived at the lounge after that?
Yes, and I believe the person I saw was the same person that Miss Blackwell saw. Although it was pitch black, so it was more of a shadowy figure and less of a person. And I couldn't actually see their face, but it was definitely the silhouette of an Earthling.
So no aliens, damn it. That's kind of unfortunate. As long as he has an alibi, we can't very well claim Director Cosmos was the killer. No, we can't. And again, maybe we don't need to yet. I wonder if he was really covering for Mr. Starbuck.
Your Honor, the defense moves to have the director testify about the person he saw. Very well. Director Cosmos, your testimony, please.
We still don't have the information about the lighter. I want to know who has that lighter. That's such a specific detail, though. We've seen the killer already. So here's the thing. Of all the people we've met, it's not you, it's not you, it's not you. Maybe an accidental suicide. It's not you, it's not you, it's not you, it's not you. It might have been you. It very well might have been you. We know it wasn't you now. We're back to normal time? Hooray! Congratulations. It could have been one of the robots. It could have been a robot. What if a robot accidentally did a murder? Can a robot be tried for murder? Would Blackwell be on the hook for that? So I don't want it to be. It's someone in this grouping. It's either one of the robots, Candace Arm, or a Blackwell.
As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. I hid to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished into thin air.
I know who it was. I know who it was. I know what happened. I know exactly what happened now. Where is it? It's not on here. It's not on here. Where is it? Damn it. We don't have a picture of it. Because in the room, there was one other exit. There was one other exit that a human being cannot take. There was the robot service elevator. There was the robot elevator, the maintenance elevator, the one that humans could not access. That's how they disappeared, because it was a robot. But that begs the question. Why would a robot kill Clay Terran? And is it your fault?
I was near the elevator side door and, well, the launch pad 1 door. And the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer.
I know what happened. I know what happened. But the person with the knife and a lighter, the robot uprising already? Hey y'all, if you don't want to be killed during the robot uprising, if you just want to be made into like a laborer or something, you can check out my throne. There's some FNAF shit right here. Oh boy, you're not entirely wrong, are you? You were shot at by the killer as well, and then they disappeared? But why would a robot have a gun? Actually, don't answer that question. Actually, they wouldn't necessarily need a gun. If they themselves are a gun.
Oh, yes, though luckily no harm came to my glorious body. Unfortunately, the bullet hit Terran's oxygen tank. I know, because I heard a bang. That must have been sound of tank being ruptured.
Oh wait, but I thought the bullet hit his metal. That was Detective Arm's bullet, remember? Right. What a mess this is turning into. So, let's see. Director Cosmos is claiming that when he found Mr. Terran and his killer, the culprit shot a 10 caliber bullet at him. Right, but it actually hit Mr. Terran's oxygen tank and ruptured it. And then the killer disappeared and the director went into the boarding lounge. When Detective Arm caught up and fired those warning shots at him. I feel like if it hits you in the chest where your heart would be, except it hits a metal, that's not a warning shot. Judging by his metal, it looks like one of them almost took him out, too. Good summary, but that doesn't explain where our mystery killer went. Director Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate on when the figure disappeared. I'm ashamed to admit I tried to hide myself when I was shot at, but when I peeped back into the lounge, the real killer was gone. I rushed into the lounge straight away to investigate. Both I found was Terran with a knife in his chest and Starbuck out cold on the floor.
So we have a culprit who vanished from a scene that had no escape route.
Vanished without a trace. It's truly like one of the great mysteries of the cosmos.
Silence.
A riddle of the ages indeed, but I'd rather know how a fibbing leech as you can be lauded as great. A great man is always misunderstood in his own time. But he must remain true to himself, even if those around him don't understand. Oh, that must be the first true statement he said all day. But how do you suppose this person managed to vanish so suddenly? Simple, because it was Space Boy himself. When he was spotted by the director and Aura, he quickly feigned unconsciousness. That would certainly take all the mystery out of the idea of a vanishing culprit. I want to raise an objection, but I don't have any counter-evidence. Director Cosmos, when you saw this person, did you also see Mr. Starbuck on the floor? No, because it was dark as a black hole in there. I didn't see Starbuck until the other person vanished and I entered the room. It wasn't exactly helpful. I'm prepared to accept your surrender, right, Dono? Can't find any holes in his testimony, but I can't give up. Mr. Wright, why don't you let me help? Huh? While the director has given his testimony, I detected a cacophony of discord. Which means he's hiding his true feelings from us, huh? This might help us find out what happened to our vanished killer. That'd be great, Athena. Let's see what you can do with him. You got it, boss. I don't want to miss the chance to delve into a great mind. Yuri Cosmos, prepare to hand over the secrets of your heart to me.
As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. I had to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished into the air.
I was near the elevator side door. There. This. Look. Robot. Robot. Robot.
And well, the launch pad one door.
Why are you sad? What's going on here? Why are you sad?
The control room door should have been shut tight to the killer.
Talk about mixed feelings. He must be trying to account for a number of contradictions. Mr. Wright, maybe this time we shouldn't just look for contradictory emotions. We should also look for emotions that should be there, but aren't. I guess it shouldn't be surprised that his mind is a convoluted place, too. He must have felt very shaken and distressed at the time. Let's focus on the fluctuation in his emotions and see what we can uncover. This is normal. Anger, surprise, and sadness, and fear. Being like, oh shit! Now look, they had vanished into thin air. Shouldn't you be at least a little bit shocked?
Got it.
Shouldn't you be shocked that they disappeared? You must have thought it was very strange that the killer vanished into thin air.
Indeed, that kind of thing, this doesn't happen usually.
And yet at that time, you barely registered any shock at the occurrence.
What? What are you...
I can only think of one reason as to why you weren't surprised by the killer's vanishing act. You must have had a good idea of where they went, isn't that right?
Oh, no, of course not. That's preposterous. Only I can enter the control room. The area beyond the launch pad door was filled with smoke, making it impossible. And as for the southern door... And I was standing right there. So there is nowhere for Kira to run to. Maybe, or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Terran, yes? What if the culprit took that opportunity to silently slip through the southern door? I highly doubt it, as you recall right after I entered the lounge. Detective Vaughn came rushing towards it herself via the southern hallway. Anyone trying to escape through there would have been caught by her. And yet the director wasn't surprised the killer vanished. Robot, robot, robot! Robot killer, robot killer, robot killer! So you're absolutely sure there was no escape route for the culprit to use?
It's working, boss. A 16 kill streak with magic? Fuck it. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Don't forget, in less than an hour, Delphi, to be on the invite code screen in-game, so that you can get another code to also give away. It's very important. We're trying to spread those codes around. Also, yeah, for everyone, if you are not playing Marvel Rivals or you didn't get one on the website, you have 51 minutes. You can, even if you're already playing Delphi, you can still get the code again. You have to be level 6 to get the one in game, but it sounds like you're fine. You can still get the code on the website. If you haven't gotten that one yet, do it, even if you're already playing. Marvel Rivals. It's fun. This is not sponsored, but I would not mind. It's working, boss. One more punch and it'll be a knockout. There seems to be one more motion that's at odds with his testimony. Go get him. Okay, back in the Matrix it is. I need to finish watching those movies. Time to pinpoint our way to victory.
Got it!
My explanation makes way more sense than the truth. That's Ace Attorney for you. Because here's the thing. The other possibility, right? That's fine if it doesn't interest you. Like, it is very much a class-based shooter. Don't worry about it. It's not for everyone. What was I saying? The other possibility, of course, is that it hid in the elevator, despite the fact that the elevators weren't working, and then he ran in, and the robot went down the southern door. And the reason Candace's arm wouldn't have stopped him was because, oh, it's a fucking cleaning robot. Whatever. Maybe it even said something to her. We don't know. She's fucking dead. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be afraid of the launch pad door.
The great Jury Cosmos, afraid? And what do you have for that? Basis do you have for that Atlantis accusation?
Whether I have any bases or not, you seem quite distressed by it.
I most certainly not. Director Cosmos, there's something about the launchpad door you're not telling us, isn't there?
Now I want to write her one shot. Now I feel like I need to. Okay, speechless. It looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss. I'm having ideas. I have an idea. I'm gonna call it a late birthday present. I need to get an idea together. Fuck, I need to write this down before I forget. Writing this down. Who wants to solve a murder mystery? There we go. You're speechless. Looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss. I'll just input those 2 pieces of data, and yes, just what I wanted to see. Presto changeo. Let's Discord. It looks like we're on the right track.
Thanks, Athena. That makes sense of what we've learned. Director Cosmos wasn't surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge, which points to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. Furthermore, talking about the door to the launch pad made him uneasy.
In other words, he's probably hiding something about the Launchpad 1 door. When we put these two pieces together, only one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. That they went through that door? Director Cosmos, did the real killer escape through here?
Take that!
The culprit went through the Launchpad 1 door to escape, didn't they? Yes. I mean, no! A disaster to starboard! Oh, we're going to crash into an asteroid! a master tactician you are not. But the area beyond that door was filled with smoke, wasn't it? A robot don't care about smoke. Excuse me! True, but this is still the only logical answer there is. Robot, robot, robot. We can just figure out what the director is hiding about the Launchpad 1 door. We should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies. Thank you. Oh, but that door requires fingerprint recognition. Only Starbuck Terran and I have access. I don't see how the killer could have operated the security lock, do you? Comrade. That's an easy one. The killer was right there in the boarding lounge, meaning there's a way he could have easily gotten past that security lock. Come to think of it, we did examine the prints on the fingerprint recognition device. I suppose that the killer used this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock.
Take that!
Thus, Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Anybody could have easily gotten past the security lock by using Mr. Starbuck's prints. And actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device screen. Oh! It looks like he does have something to hide about the Launchpad 1 door. And I'm betting it's got something to do with the culprit's escape route. I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet.
You know, something just occurred to me. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, yes, by all means.
There's a security camera in boarding lounge 1.
Right, the one that recorded the victim and the defendant. What about it, Your Honor?
If the true culprit escaped into the Launchpad 1 corridor, then that might be recorded on the security footage as well. Then the mystery would be solved. What do you think of my logic?
I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that, your baldness.
I beg your pardon.
Look, if we play the security footage beyond this point...
Oh my, the footage cut off.
The camera was running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged, most likely by the after effects of the explosion. There is no footage after this, be it of criminals or space aliens.
And I thought it was such a good idea too.
Just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery, it doesn't mean you should try to show off too much. Grandpa baldness.
Prosecutor Blackwell, how did you know about my grandchild?
I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world. I feel bad for the judge sometimes. Like, he's kind of stupid, but he's got a good heart. I like him. He doesn't deserve this treatment. Setting aside the issue of grandchildren, I'd like to have the witness continue. Director Cosmos, could you tell us more about when you entered the lounge? If I must. To avoid getting shot, after the killer vanished, I went into the lounge. But that's when Detective Arm appeared from the elevator side door. And then the detective shot at me! So you see, the killer could have only escaped to the launch pad. Right? When we view your emotions alongside testimony, we find the Wait a minute. There really isn't anything strange here. Yeah, I had a feeling, but I wanted to try it anyways. Oh no, maybe we made, I think maybe we made a mistake. Let's take another look. There must be an unexpected emotion here somewhere. Wait, why were you shocked that Detective Arm was coming in behind you? That's the curious question. Wait, Didn't you know that she was behind you? Why are you shocked? Why are you confused? Hello? Director Cosmos, why were you so surprised when Detective Arm found you, and again when she fired? Isn't that a bit unnatural? Sadly, even great men such as myself have ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotion. Even a great man such as myself experiences surprise on occasion. Yes, I'm sure you do. But my real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather what you were surprised by. Pardon me. First, you were surprised when Detective Arm found you in the lounge. And just after that, you were of course again surprised when she shot at you. If the robot passed by and said, and was basically like, killer, murderer, murder, something like that, then of course you would immediately fire on someone. But considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs here. Director Cosmos, what is strange about your surprise reaction is the fact that you were... surprised twice? You were surprised when the detective found you, a self-styled great man, and then you were surprised again when she fired warning shots at you. This is not what I was trying to pinpoint. What the fuck? That... Phoenix... I guess he was more surprised that she was there than anything else. I forgot that the thing shows you how much emotion they're feeling. Sure, you were surprised when Detective Arm shot at you, but the surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. Gah! The fact that you were more surprised by simply being found than by being shot at suggests to me that you were conflicted about whatever it was you were doing there. Enemy has acquired new weapon! Commence operation! Hide under your desk! Ah! Please tell me I finally sunk his battleship. Not yet. Boss, I'm getting less Discord now. That must mean he really is hiding something about that launchpad door. Whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape. I wonder what it could be. If he was doing something suspicious around that door, maybe we can spot some change between before he came to the room and after. That's right, it's here. That. The fucking knob on the side. I want to know what that knob is. Detective Fulbright gave us a photo taken after the crime. Let's run a comparison. This is footage of the door before Director Cosmos arrived, and that's how the door looked after the director entered the lounge. Hey, look at that! There is a change! Something I pointed out last time we played this. But everyone else is just like, well, that's not important. And I'm like, fuck you. Everything's important. Director Cosmos! What is it? What have you two been up to over there? I knew the answer to what you were doing when Detective Arm found you, that's what. And that answer lies clearly in this footage. All I have to do is compare it to the photo that was taken during the investigation. Don't be ridiculous. If you really do have an answer, you'd have pointed it out already. Asking for it, this is what changed directly after the incident. Ah! What does this knob do? The answer is this knob. Ow! Your Honor, please take a look at this footage. Let's see. Take a look at the knob next to the launchpad door. As you can see, it's horizontal. Yes, it is, isn't it? However, when we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical. And what does this mean? Fuck. Pun. God, you just unlocked a memory. That noise was in that game. I forgot. I want to play those games again. I need to get back to finishing the Mega Man collection. I really do. And what does that mean? It means that sometime between before the director arrived and after, someone turned this knob. Oh! After the scene was discovered, you were the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos. Let's hear what you have to say. What were you trying to do by turning that knob by the door?
Fine. I admit it. Right, I did turn that knob. That knob was a safety lock meant to keep the launch pad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions. So I wanted to move the launch pad away.
You wanted to do what? Hey, didn't Ponko tell us something about how they prepare for launch? She said that once the launch pad's fully assembled, it'd move to the launch site. But the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to be disengaged first. I guess that clears up what that knob is for. Oh, so if the killer escaped into the launch pad in one corridor, maybe they were transported along with the launch pad to the launch site? I don't think so. The launch pad in one corridor is filled with smoke. I don't think they could have escaped through that corridor. And so then, where did the killer escape to? I guess there are still some things we have to uncover. Director Cosmos, I request that you tell us about moving the launch pad in more detail.
Fine, but listen carefully, for I'm about to give history-making testimony again.
Info update. Christ, Punisher. But to disengage, why are you so happy? I fear there might be more explosions. So I had to cut the launch pad loose. You're still afraid? Surely the only escape the killer had was through launch pad 1. But that area was a sea of smoke. Confound it, where on earth could they have gone? Question? Why are you so happy?
I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. Make it sound like you were reluctant to do so, and yet when you did it, you felt some joy, as if you were very pleased with yourself. Gah! How do you do it? How do you know everything as if you were there?
This girl's got some really fucking great hearing, and she knows exactly what your emotions are based solely on your heartbeat. It's weird, isn't it? Pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology.
So, care to explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? I think back on the facts we discovered up to this point. I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda.
Ah! So much screaming, so much pain.
How do you know about that, too? Because I'm more or less a pro. How do you know about that, too? Because I'm more or less a pro at guessing and bluffing. But you had no proof that I had a hidden agenda. And even if I did, I would never, ever tell you, so there. I know they say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, take the cake. And how could you doubt a man with such great intensity, intelligence, and integrity?
Silence.
You, a man of integrity. Don't make me laugh. You've literally been lying this entire time. Prosecutor Blackwell? What came over him all of a sudden? You spouted nothing but falsity since you stepped up to the stand. You're not the kind of man that will be glorified in the annals of history, or even the annals of history. Not for greatness, anyway. Unless you consider greatest barefaced liar an honor. Liar? His words bite harder than his blade. You moved Launchpad 1 after the explosions? My, how naive you are. You fail to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you. You know, just a thought, but modern English can be a friend. And here's a thought for you. Immediately following the bombing, Launchpad 1 was on the boarding lounge 1 side. The police confirmed this on scene.
What? So that means the director didn't move the launch pad?
Curse my judgment for calling history's greatest liar to the witness stand. Let us leave him to indulge in his lies and war games to his heart's content. liar.
Objection!
Wait, I don't know how this. Wait, but it doesn't make sense. You can't deny that someone turned that knob. Once the safety lock was released, I'm sure the pad must have went somewhere. If we chase down the truth of this issue, we just might find where the killer escaped to. Ah!
You're sure it must have went somewhere. We just might find out. Your arguments are nothing but conjecture, bluffing, and wishful thinking. Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is. Or are you not man enough to, boy?
Ah! We've been cut down to size. Sliced to ribbons. Pieces. Talk about hitting below the belt. Youngins these days. I don't understand it. I'm sure Director Cosmos must have moved the launch pad. The knob was definitely turned after he came to the lounge. But the launch pad is right where it's supposed to be. Ugh. Wait a minute. Maybe I have it all backwards. What if the director moved the knob, not to move the launch pad away, but to bring it back to where it was supposed to be? But wait. Smoke coming through here. It is turned.
What are you blathering about?
What if the launch pad was at the launch site at the launch site before the incident? And then after the incident, Director Cosmos moved it back to its usual spot. All I had to do was turn the knob to call the launch pad back. And it would be right where the police found it. Yeah! You made him sigh like Mr. Starbuck. Is it really that off base?
It pains me to have to explain how wrong your own logic is to you, however. However, our great liar turned the knob only after he discovered the crime scene. Indeed, the pad existed beyond the lounge when our Astro Wonders made their escape. A fact that has been recorded for posterity on filmless film.
Oh, right.
So to reiterate, stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is, boy.
Get a grip, Mr. Wright, and focus. We know the launch pad must have been moved, but our deductions and the actual facts of the case are in contradiction to each other. Hi, Rand. Thank you for the 14 months. Hello, hello. Thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Well, maybe the two astronauts never actually boarded the rocket. This footage could be fake, taken with body doubles after the incident or something. On second thought, that's too far-fetched, even for me.
Never actually boarded the rocket.
Wait a minute. Maybe, just maybe. Huh?
Prosecutor Blackwell, what if I told you that the two astronauts never set foot inside the launch pad area, but instead went into another place?
Are you saying that they were over at the Space Museum?
And what if when the director moved Launchpad 1 back, it was not from the launch site, but from another place? What would you say then? Cut the existential bull, or I'll cut you.
Okay, so what I'm getting at is basically the Space Museum and the launch pad were swapped. They were in opposite positions. So the room that they were in, but there was still an explosion. I need more information. I'm very confused.
Mr. Wright, you will explain yourself at once.
I know it has to do with the Space Museum. I know I'm right. It was all the other way around from the beginning. Very well, Your Honor. Let me explain. Director Cosmos' reason for moving Launchpad 1 was... Switch it with another place, hide it, or trap the killer. What does he want to do? You switch it with another place? Because he wanted to switch it with some other place.
I'm sorry, but did you just say switch it? Well, what could he possibly have switched to buy the launch pad with?
Oh, you'd be surprised, Your Honor. All it takes is a little thinking outside the box, and the answer becomes clear as day. This is what was switched with Launchpad 1.
Take that!
Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. In the past, the Space Museum used to be Launchpad 2. It has all the same features as Launchpad 1. It can even be moved to the launch site. Meaning, the Space Museum and Launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other.
You can't mean...
The rocket the astronauts boarded was not the one in Launchpad 1. It was the one in the Space Museum.
What?
Balderdash! Yet, it's the only explanation that accounts for every riddle and inconsistency. This is how the Space Center was just before the incident.
I see Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum have already switched places.
That's right, and with the two switched like this, the astronauts entered the Space Museum from Boarding Lounge 1. This allowed the killer to enter Launchpad 1 from Boarding Lounge 2, and set the bomb on the rocket. Come to think of it, the door to the Space Museum from Boarding Lounge 2... Welcome! Welcome! The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Exactly! Anyone could pass through the door to the Space Museum. There's no fingerprint recognition system on that door. In other words, with the two launch pads switched like that, someone other than Mr. Starbuck could have easily planted that bomb. Ugh. After setting the bomb on the rocket, the culprit snuck into Boarding Lounge 1 and waited there, concealed, in order to kill Mr. Terran when the two astronauts emerged from the Space Museum. Because at this point, motherfucking Starbuck was already unconscious because he was drugged. Recall that Miss Blackquill, Mr. Starbuck, and the director all saw a suspicious figure, who we can suppose, after killing Mr. Terran, made their escape into the Space Museum. After that, Director Cosmos switched the two launch pads back, without realizing the killer was inside the Space Museum. The killer then left the Space Museum and made a clean getaway. Grrr! Right, Dono. I see you know how to handle a sword and handle it well. Perhaps I should call you Swordmaster Bluff. I'm a seasoned warrior who has cut down many a prosecutor.
Silence.
But unless you can prove your theory, it's no better than a rusty sword.
Well, that's right. You have no proof I switched the launch pads.
Somebody needs a better anger management council. If the launch pads really were switched, there might be a record of it somewhere. At this point, Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched with each other, so the corridor beyond the door should be the one that belongs to the Space Museum. Well, let's see, this is an image of the Launchpad 1 corridor. Do you see anything different when we compare it to the security footage? Huh? That number on the floor! Where? What number on the floor? Oh, number 1. I see a number 1. I have found it. I see a number 2! I found it! Bless! Hell yes! I'm amazing! The Phoenix found it, that one. Okay, that's fine. Well, what do you know? It looks like we have proof after all, Prosecutor Blackquill. And if this is just another bluff? Oh, don't worry. It's all right here. Right in this footage. Proof that beyond this door is the corridor to the Space Museum.
Very well, then answer this for me if you would. What in this footage proves that the corridor belongs to the Space Museum?
Take that!
There's a 1 on the floor of the Launchpad 1 corridor. But take a look at the floor of the corridor in the security footage. Do you see the number on the floor behind the astronauts? It doesn't look like a 1, does it? That's because what you see is actually part of a 2. What? Why is it a 2 and not a 1? That's because the corridor you see is the one to the Space Museum. Gah!
Oh.
And so that means The corridor in this footage was not filled with smoke. That's right, because the explosion didn't occur in the Space Museum. The explosion occurred in Launchpad 1, on the side opposite the space... Okay, here's my big question now. Here's a big question now that I have to ask. How in the ever-loving fucking hell did everyone that was here and that... the ground? That's right, I was about to ask how no one noticed that the launch pad in the Space Museum moved, but because the shelter that they all evacuated to was underground, they weren't above ground. There was no one outside to see it happen. Now that we know the two astronauts escaped from the Space Museum, the mystery from the previous trial of how they got down the ladder is cleared up. Mr. Terran carrying Mr. Starbuck. You're close to level 6. I believe in you. 20 more minutes. Let's go, Delphi! Suddenly took the elevator from the upper level down to the middle level.
Just incredible. The two launch pads were actually switched. But you'd think someone would have noticed an event of this magnitude.
I was just saying the same thing, Judge, and I've already got an answer. Everyone was down in the basement shelter when the launch pads were swapped back. There's no way anyone could have known what was happening on the surface. Noise level 0. But we still don't know who the fuck the third person was. Was it not a robot? Was it Miss Blackquill? Was it my new crush? I've had this girlfriend for 5 minutes and I'm already gonna lose her to the prison system.
No more lies, Director Cosmos. It's high time you told us the truth. Ugh.
I object to you.
Galactic engine ignition. Oh, it's gone haywire. Oh, it won't stop. My stars, my glory. No, not that way.
Ooh, nice hole. Wait, hold on. Don't take that out of context. Don't take that out of context.
Brave, on your steed, and after that witness.
So, wait, was he the killer or was he not? Because that was very much a the killer just got found out kind of reaction.
I see we managed to retrieve you before you came to any bodily harm.
Director Cosmos, do you admit you switched the launch pads?
I admit it's true. I switched Launchpad 1 for the Space Museum. Oh, it is good to hear words I can believe for a change.
Before you do, Your Honor, 2 things. First, we don't know if Mr. Terran had prior knowledge of the switch. As for Mr. Starbuck, he was unaware of his surroundings thanks to his medication. Either way, Mr. Terran would have realized the instant he stepped into the Space Museum. That had been switched with Launchpad 1. So my first question is, if the Space Museum was perfectly fine, why did Mr. Terran feel the need to put on such a dramatic display? As for my second question, I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the 2 launch pads to begin with.
Please. Can't. No, hold on.
Comrade, I exercise my right to remain silent, but I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. Bye, Grim. Thank you for hanging out. We'll see you later. Okay, so you knew about the explosion. You switched them so that they wouldn't die in the explosion. The director is terrified. He must have one heck of a reason for not wanting to explain why. Probably not a good time to pry out of him, huh?
Excuse me, but would you mind if I picked up my stars? Without my badge of rank, I'm nothing. Don't see why not. Bailiff helped the director retrieve his stars. It appears the possibility of a culprit other than the defendant has presented itself. Mr. Starbuck, is there anything you wish to say? I don't get it. Don't get it? Or what don't you get? Director, why did you do all that? In the very beginning, you never meant for the launch to go ahead, did you? You tricked us! Mr. Starbuck. Starbuck, my boy. I'm sorry. I can't tell you the reason why. But I had to do it to protect the Space Center. Director! Will I ever get the chance to go into space again? Yes, of course! I won't rest until it happens. I will get you into space again, my boy. And the dream is still alive. I have a... The dream is still alive.
Silence.
We still don't know who the killer is. Blackwell, you have things you want?
You're not going into space, Starbuck, but prison. I won't have it any other way.
Shut up!
Why are you so hung up on him? Yes, I accept that the launch pads really were switched. And if there were a third person at the scene, I suppose they could have escaped. But I have yet to see proof of this third person's escape via the Space Museum.
Oh, that's a good point.
Ugh, he's right. I don't have any proof.
But don't we have enough proof now to say that Starbuck's innocent?
Starbuck, you will spill everything you know.
What? Me?
Where did you get those bombs? Tell me now. If you don't, my blade shall feast on your blood.
If I'm going to die, I want to die in space!
I have to do something. Solomon Starbuck. Prepare yourself.
Objection! Thank you, Fulbright.
Now, you know violence isn't the answer, Prosecutor Blackwell. An annoyingly cheerful laugh. It can be none other than... Champion of Righteousness, Bobby Fulbright, here! In justice we trust!
Detective Fulbright?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Lawyer. I hope I'm not too late.
I don't believe we had an appointment.
I tried to hurry, but I ended up helping a little old lady cross the street. And then I had to break up a cat fight. I tell you, justice sure is a full-time job.
Was it a fight between cats, or... Why are you here again?
Because the defendant isn't the culprit, and I came to make sure that justice is served.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Fulbright, I always thought you were a bit touched in the head. But have you finally succumbed? Nope, but it looks like you succumbed to this phantom of yours. Open your eyes and let the evidence of justice uncloud your judgment.
What evidence? Come to think of it, he did say something about finding us some evidence.
Thanks, you two, I feel a lot better. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to work extra hard to find that blah, 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 evidence, blah, 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 for you. Evidence. I am Fulbright, in justice we trust.
I didn't think he was serious, though.
So what is it, Detective? Is it something that will prove Mr. Starbuck innocent? It is indeed. Have a look at this.
The lighter.
What's this? A lighter? That's right. A lighter thought to have been used by the culprit, no less. The Space Museum's cleaning robot picked it up. It has the victim Clayturn's blood along with his killer's fingerprints on it.
What?
Gah.
Oh my god. Do we know who's... Let me guess. Results inconclusive. We don't know who they belong to.
Order. Detective Fulbright, can I assume that the fingerprints don't belong to the defendant? You bet! Mr. Starbuck is totally innocent.
This is it. Oh, this is just what I needed. Can we just Dust it now! And eyes! Show me, Your Honor! There's a decisive evidence that supports the defense's earlier claim!
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
With pleasure, Your Honor. Recall where this lighter was found. Based on that, we can extrapolate that after the killer murdered Mr. Terran, they escaped with a lighter in hand into the Space Museum, where they dropped it. The switching of the two launch pads occurred. Then finally, the killer left through Boarding Lounge 2 and made their escape. Meanwhile, Mr. Starbuck was found in Boarding Lounge 1 after the murder. The fact that Director Cosmos, hiya boy. What day is? Thank you for the Futurama reference. And for 17 months, woot woot, let's fucking go. Welcome to We're Figuring Shit Out, and our defendant is definitely not guilty, but we don't know who the real culprit is. And that's probably, maybe fine. Alright, we're about to find out. I don't know. The fact that Director Cosmos has testified to. Therefore, Mr. Starbuck couldn't possibly have been the one who dropped the lighter in there. Silence. But the defendant had free reign of the area until Director Cosmos appeared. Could he not have dropped the lighter in the Space Museum during that span of time? Objection! Objection! You'd like that to be true, wouldn't you? But Director Cosmos testified that right after he saw the mysterious figure with a lighter. Good job, Delphi. You have 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, open up that, go to the home in the game. There should be the yellow invite code button with Galactica. In the top left, click that. Spray button, hold T. Hold T. Hold T for communications. He went to the lounge and found the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. In other words, Mr. Starbuck wouldn't have had the time to double back to the museum. No, Prosecutor Blackquill, this lighter could only have been dropped by the real killer. Ugh. Most importantly, Mr. Starbuck's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on this lighter. I think you understand what this means, don't you? Yes, also try for a key. 10 minutes. Get that website up, make sure you're logged in. And constantly make sure that you're logged in over the course of the next 10 minutes. This piece of evidence unequivocally proves that Mr. Starbuck wasn't the culprit, and that's all I care about as a defense attorney. I don't fucking care who the real culprit is. That's your job.
This does appear to be decisive evidence that proves the defense's claims.
As for the remote switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, we can assume it was planted by the killer on the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. No, there must be some mistake.
Frankly, Prosecutor Blackquill, I've been worried about you. You've been chasing this phantom for 7 whole years. I understand your urgency because tomorrow—
Silence. What happens tomorrow? What happens tomorrow?
Fulbright, you promised never to speak of that.
Huh? Tomorrow? What about tomorrow?
Given the body of evidence, I think it's safe to say the defendant is innocent. In light of the fact that it was impossible for him to have committed the crime, a few unanswered questions remain, so I look forward to seeing what you two uncover. But for now, this court finds the defendant, Solomon Starbuck, not
guilty. Oh my god, we actually got a fucking non-guilty verdict without finding the actual fucking culprit? Like what happens in real fucking life? Are you kidding me? That's a thing that actually happens in Ace Attorney? I'm fucking shocked. You can tell in my voice, I'm legitimately surprised. That is not how these things end. Yes, we did it, Mr. Wright. Looks like we pulled it off somehow. Somehow, huh? With some help from Detective Fulbright. Mr. Wright, Miss Sykes, thank you. And please thank Apollo for me, too. You all are the best. Ooh, I wish we could tell Apollo and Mr. Starbuck's verdict right now. Yeah, me too, but that's going to have to wait.
Now that a verdict has been reached, I'd like to bring today's trial to a close. Court is adjourned.
Objection!
Now what? He literally just adjourned the court. We're done. It's over. You can't do it. Verdict's been rendered. Hello? It's too late to object, isn't it?
It simply isn't possible. Something's wrong. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you dissatisfied with the verdict? Fulbright! What were the results of the fingerprint analysis for the lighter? The results? Well, I was in a hurry, you see, and then there was that catfight, and, well, I kinda got carried away when I heard the prints weren't Mr. Starbuck, so... You have yet to read it? Prosecutor Blackwell, can you read out who the prints belong to?
All we know is that they weren't Starbucks.
Upon thorough analysis, the fingerprints were found to belong to Athena Sykes.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So says the report.
What? What?
Huh?
Me? Doesn't she have an alibi?
Hold the fucking phone. Order, I say, order! Miss Sykes, tell me you have an explanation for this. Oh, we just finished proving that this lighter could only belong to the killer. So finding all prints gone can only lead us to one grave conclusion.
I don't know how they got on there, but I know I'm not the culprit.
This can't be happening. We built up our argument piece by piece. And I don't think any of our reasoning was faulty. So how could it have led to this?
What do you mean we're not done?
Oh, what have I done? Please forgive me. I'm sorry. What the fuck? Order, order, Detective Fulbright. Stop your crying. What in the world is happening here? It's like the world's gone mad. Order, order. I will have order.
Ow, my hand. That hurt. What do I get for not having a gavel? I should own a gavel. Someone should put that on my throne wish list.
Confusion spiraled into utter chaos. After all we'd fought for, the truth had turned cruelly on us to accuse Athena of the crimes. Somewhere, somehow, everything had gone terribly wrong. We had stumbled over the edge of reason and into the jaws of a twisted darkness.
Has anyone ever told Phoenix Wright that he's a poet? End of episode! Congratulations! We did it, y'all! We got a wonderful conclusion there. We did it! We saved our client! We did what we were supposed to. We did our job! Did our job! That's where we're gonna end it. That's where we're gonna end it tonight. We'll start up again next week on whatever the fuck is happening here. Because what the fuck? Hello? So, holy shit. Oh my god. That's bad. Thank you all so much for joining me here on my birthday today. And for hanging out. And multiple people for the raids. What do you mean sent? Hold on. Give me a moment. There it is. I was kind of making a joke, but that's fine. I'll put it on there. A squeaky hammer? That's really funny. I can bonk Biscuit with it. Yay! We got Athena accused of murder! Amazing! Wonderful! Oh. Wait. I'll have to look at this in a bit because it's in... Oh, it's Amazon UK. Or Amazon Australia. I'll figure that out later. But thank you all so much for joining me. Stu, we should be back on Saturday for... Okay. We finished Alan Wake. So, on Saturday, that means we're coming back to Digimon Survive. Huzzah! More murder mysteries. Huzzah. Fun. No, definitely not Quantum Break. No. We're going back to Digimon Survive. But that's all from me for today. Reminder, Marvel Rivals Keys in 2 minutes. Yayo Talk Show is streaming One Piece Odyssey in just over an hour. Keys are now in 1 minute. So, I expect to see y'all there. But that's all from me for today. Thank you all for joining me for a little bit more of a simple birthday than what I've done in recent years, just because I didn't have any good ideas. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. I love you all. I'll see you this weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna go get some pizza. And before anyone asks, yes, I do have cheesecake. It's very tasty. Bye!